got nothing but love for you, baby. Got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, baby. Got nothing but love for you, baby.
Damn! Dak Prescott!
Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say...
What is your profession?
And as this room fills up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit that like button. Sharing is caring. Let's get this show going the best way possible. Mama said that there'll be days, literally, just like this. Come on. If one thing we all adore, something worth dying for, there's nothing but pain. We stuck in this game. We searching for fortune and fame. Come on, Cowboy Nation, stand tall, or not at all. Come on. Yup. 2, and come on, baby. 1. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I know I had a title mess up, but something didn't happen all the way through. Yes, cut day come here soon. The DB room is next. But right now, Trayshawn Holden is cut from the team. And, of course, Law Nation knew about that. Of course I knew that he was cut. Of course it is for what it is. I got a chance to talk to him earlier this morning, and I said that, hey, you know, that's just part of the process. Keep in mind, Ron Flournoy was cut around this time. So audio is straight. Appreciate you. So it is for what it is. I do like the way that the Cowboys are operating and moving, meaning that the margins of error is very slim, razor blade slim, right? So you got to be able to understand these type of things. And there's no room for error. I talked to him, and he said, yeah, he was pressing in that game. He felt as if, though, if he could have made a play, then he would have been able to stay. The last time he fielded any special teams was in the 9th or the 10th grade or something like that. So I said, dog, sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, when you ask for something, it's not what you really want, right? And that responsibility is not what you really want. And if you all know this, if the ball is within the 10, let it roll in. There's nothing else that you can really do to help it from there. If the ball is let me say this again, for those who thinking about doing stuff on this team for special teams, and if you normally don't do special teams and you try to make the team and that's not your expertise, don't do it. Pressure is a real thing, and you got decisions out there. You got responsibilities out there. Not just him. He got to put food on the table. These coaching staff got to put food on the table. So how can you explain, So, hey, it is for what it is. So when the ball, future reference, I'm saying this to Cavante Turpin too. If the ball is within the 10, if you don't catch it cleanly, let it roll in for Cavante Turpin because he got the speed. But even Cavante, I want him to let that thing roll in. It was too many times last season that ball was in the 10 or inside the 5 and he tried to pick it up and be cute. Don't do that. Plant your feet at the 10. If it's over your head, let it go. Yeah, Debo. Yeah, that's how your coach might have taught it that way too, Yes, indeed. So, and I get it. A lot of people going to be and I tried my best. I talked to him for a minute of time this morning, and I said, you know what? This could be a blessing in disguise because now when you fly back to Dallas, we can get that work action in, get out there, get back into the lab, and your fate from right here that you got to put in some work. There's some people who's going to get cut on the 30th, the last day, and they're going to be scrambling and scraping, right, looking around. So you got he got at least 2 weeks in advance of everybody. And if I know the Cowboys, they'll bring him back. He'll be on the practice squad somewhere. If not, another team will pick him up. And it's just for what it is, a learning. It's a blessing. What it says, a blessing in every lesson, right? But to get things going, there's more and more details about this Von Miller. Now, I wasn't aware that Brian Broaddus said that he would rather have James Houston. Let me pull up James Houston. That's cool in the game right here. Hold on. So you mean to tell me that Brian Broaddus is saying that he would rather have James Houston? Can somebody confirm it from here? And where did he say it is so I can pull audio? Because I trust y'all, but I got to verify. I got to do the old Reaganomics, trust but verifications, trust but verify, Where did he say it? When did he say it? So I can pull it, so I can need more context about it. And if I'm not mistaken, Von Miller stating that he can roll out of a bed and get 9 sacks, or what have you. I like James Houston. I like what he brings to the table. I think he got some good upside. And, he's one of my Mississippi boys, went to D. Jackson State University, my alum. You know what I'm saying? I thought I would be a legend there when I would walk and the grass would die behind my feet, that type of conversation, But where did he say it? Did he say it on 105? Did he say it on Crown Global Media so I can pull the audio? And if I got one of my mods, can you pull that audio and put it in my Twitter account so we can look at it from that aspect of it? Because the name of the game is you want to keep as many blessings as possible on this team, and understanding that energy is a realism thing. It's not a fake thing. It's not a phony thing. Energy is real, and the way that these guys gravitate to Von Miller is real, right? Because Overshawn says scary hours. Quentin Williams he also said, man, I get to work with the GOAT. The Dallas Cowboys said, let's get it. I get you. Donovan Ezaraku, like, Then everywhere you post, you see that Max Crosby is saying the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. And I think Max Crosby, he really want to be here, where my little photo at? Yeah, Max Crosby, that's him right there. He looking to see if he can catch the next flight. Now, Vaughn is a real good pickup. Without me knowing of what you guys feeling about this, he said it on Crown Global Media. Shout out to Crown Global. Okay, well, we'll try to pull that audio. 105.3 The Fan at the top of the hour. Cut Sam and go get Max. That could be a possibility there. Max responding to Vaughn signing meaning something. It is. When there's smoke, there's what? Right? So we all know Cowboys had their toe in the water for Max, but they just didn't want to give up all of that. Then he ended up going to the Ravens, and the Ravens ended up finding an escape clause and said, you know what, we're going to get out of it. That knee something ain't right, And then what we seen was they did the sack summit, and he looked pretty good. He looked damn near good. So I'm not finna can what we got out of Vaughn for Max. But, it is a good situation. Everybody talking about it, and I love it.
Von Miller obviously was posting some workout videos. I think at one point he said he can roll out of bed and get you 8 sacks if you need it. I think we all have massive respect for who he is as a football player. Obviously, his resume is ridiculous. Multiple-time Super Bowl champion, has done great deals. He wants to be a GM in the future, loves the sport, loves the league. He was with the Commanders last year, had 9 sacks. Nobody's seen him. I didn't see any of those. I didn't see one of those. I had no idea that was the case.
It is unbelievable how many texts I got today of people being like, he had 9 sacks. I mentioned on TV, like, he had 9 sacks. Yeah, he had 9 sacks. Those are real.
So how do we get to this point here? Because it feels like, Jerry Jones was teasing a big move, and everybody said that's for Mad Max Crosby men, and instead it's Von Miller now coming in as a pass rusher for this Dallas Cowboys defense.
Let me pause him right quick. This ain't Benson Mayowa. Who remember those days? We were happy to get 6 or 7 sacks, right? That was our sack leader at one time. Benson Mayowa and George Selvey and them. And we could be back to those days if we don't get our stuff together with Rashawn Gary and all of that. I look at it like this, man. We got what? Too much. Jay said we got about $12 million. That's enough money to spread and pull and get other guys too for this team. There's going to be some cut guys. Either we can just sit and be still now and wait for August the 30th, and then all of a sudden it's 15 days, well, a little less than 15 days from here, and we can just sit back and wait. There's going to be a team that cut one of their surprise cuts, and you be like, okay, I'm going to bring them in for a cup of coffee and end up saving a lot of money. Or we can just say 2 tears in a bucket, pluck it, and let's just go get Max now. Now, I'm with the belief that price is going to go down the more and the longer he's out there with the Raiders, right? And you don't have to knee-jerk it and get Max now. You got enough with Vaughn, right? That's already taken up valuable lessons and reps, even though it's been reported that he will not practice this week. But it still take away valuable reps from Ezaraku, Houston, and who else? Law and all of them boys. So you got you a veteran guy, right? You don't have to double dip in the same pool is what I'm getting at. You can literally go out here and scoop up a linebacker. We know that Vaughn is more of the edge guy, right? Superstar status says 86-30 says Max to Dallas. We can keep saying it, right? But what I'm saying is that let's not make this offseason for only that, right? Now let's continue to install some stuff and continue to bring this in. And the eye-opener now is that we made our first cut or our second cut. So these other wide receivers now who's looking at it like, man, if they cut him for messing up, I need to be on the straight and narrow, right? the number 49 kid on this team, he fumbled the ball. So he's sitting there thinking like, Lord, I'm glad that this is my first year here. Because if I was here for a little bit longer, I know I'm next on deck. I'm next on deck over here, baby. So I look at it from that aspect.
Brand new, if you start looking at it, even from the defensive coordinator standpoint. Can you tell us about this? And were there other teams that were looking at Vaughn?
No, I think when you get to this point in your career, and Vaughn has had an unbelievable, almost certainly Hall of Fame career, you get to the point where it's like, you'd like to play, and if it's going to be for someone, it'd be for a certain amount of money. And if the money's not there, then you probably not play. That is sort of my, let me get to this end. There you go. That is sort of my sense.
Shout out to you, Lonnie.
Just, are the Cowboys going to sign him, or is he not going to play for anyone, or maybe wait until there's a bigger injury? Now, he wanted to play for the Cowboys. He's basically working out across the street from their facility. He is in shape, as we could see. He gets a nice deal, $5.5 million on a one-year deal. Max value is 7.5.
That's a good, man, to put these things into incentives. I love incentive-based contracts. You know how I go with that, you know. I'm hearing that the Cowboys are also tuning in and listening in to an Adoree Jackson. Just by alone with the Adoree Jackson, or how you say that kid's name, I think that will be hustling backwards. Shout out to Brad Sham, but he tried to put some, hey, man, he's not that bad. Look at some tape from last season. Look at some tape when he was with the Eagles and all of this stuff. All I know with is Adoree is that brother get burnt like toast, man. Come on with it. Here it is right here. Let me pull this up. And I'm not trying to be the guy that beat up people. It's not my angle. If Adoree Jackson need the money and come here and he can do some monumental things, then I'll eat crow. I'll say, hey, man, I'm wrong. But I think that if you look at it from the aspect, I need to see more from my guy Josh Butler. I would rather see more from Josh Butler, you know. Brad Sham says, he responded, don't judge him by his New York Giants days. Go back and watch him with Philly. Different guy. That's from Brad Sham. Now, I thought I would never, ever get responses from the Brad Sham or whatever it may be. And then it says, he had some moments, but he usually get picked on. And then somebody said, still was ass every time he played Dallas. So y'all can let me know when you ever seen Adoree Jackson do something positive out there. Man, I'm just trying to figure that out, man. You know what I'm saying? And I get with Brad. Check out the brain on Brad. You know what I'm saying? And he's an all-star. You know, you click on his page, you see all of the stuff that he's with and involved with and all of this stuff. Shout out to him now, you know. And I'm not trying to beat up Brad and all of this stuff, but I would prefer not to have Adoree Jackson here and focus in on someone else, man. Adoree and Carson, same people, right? It's same people, right? Same folks, man. Might as well roll with Carson. He's trash. Man, let's get the boys back to Jacksonville. I miss J. Lou. Yeah, I'll do something drastically like I'll trade for J. Lou. You know what I'm saying? like the Cowboys breaking news, trade for Jordan Lewis. You know what I'm saying? And I'll roll with that. And trust me, only the haters will get mad about it. You know what I mean?
Have the Cowboys been circling around Von Miller, Todd?
Yeah, it was something that they talked about before training camp, but it never really got really going until training camp started. It's funny, I just got off the phone with DeMarcus Ware a little bit ago, and he was telling me in his conversations with Vaughn, he said the only team that has really reached out to him during this process is the Cowboys.
Wow.
And, you know, he was kind of willing into the existence here by posting pictures of him on social media and stuff like that. And yesterday it finally come down. It always felt like, just from talking to people in the organization, it was going to be a when it was going to happen, not an if. And now
hold let me pause. You know what? You're right. This is a good comment. Lonnie says, if CP trusts him, I trust him. You're right. Oh my man, I forgot, man. We do have to adhere to the coach. So if we talk all about this glowingly stuff about CP, then we got to trust him. You're right. You're right. My bad on that. You're right. If CP trusts him, then we got to trust him. DC for life said, let's sign where to? No. No. That's too much dip on a chip, man. We ain't trying to be the AARP boys.
He's going to be coming out here today. Probably won't do anything tomorrow in practice, obviously against the Saints. But he's a guy that the Cowboys really need to help their pass rush for sure.
Well,
yeah, so that's the conversational piece there. All right, bear with me. We're gonna pull up all of these things, man. Boy, we on the roll. Boy, we on the roll. Like cotton nail, we was meant for this, man. Facts, and I'm just being devil advocate guy too. You know, if that is the case in a scenario, and so that I can be a little transparent with my boy. Yeah, that was, I don't know why they put breaking on there, but, you know, Trayshawn Holden, for those who just now tuning in, he was let go. And we see what happens after tomorrow, after he clear waivers. From what I'm saying, that he's on the airplane now. So it is for what it is. My guy said, he's food, Law, stop it. Hell yeah, he's a full entree. You know what I'm saying? I would say he's a snack, but that's kind of like, you know, you calling somebody a snack. That's kind of, you know. It's kind of. Yeah. But let's go to our proud partners over here, man. Let's see what they talking about. When you mentioning Von Miller in there. Let's listen.
Von Miller, dude. We got Von Miller. What's this do for the team?
Yeah, I look at it very similarly to how when they signed Jadeveon Clowney last year. It's like, okay, it's a veteran guy. He's going to bring experience to the room at the very least. What his production is going to be, I don't really know. It ended up being pretty great for Clowney. But for Miller, I think if you can get 5 sacks out of it, you know, I think it's a worthy signing at the end of the day.
Von Miller had been very obvious on Instagram about wanting to play somewhere, and it felt like here. And I was thinking, is that all, or could there be more?
I mean, they hit the pulse on the trade market at multiple positions over the course of the last few weeks. And then once they got the Quinnen Williams deal done, it allowed them the freedom to open up some cap space to go get some of these veterans. So not only a guy like Von Miller, but also looking at the cornerback position and exploring some options there. But as far as the quote-unquote substantive trade that Jerry was talking about at the beginning of camp, I will remind everybody that he did not feel like those talks were heading in the right direction, even back then. So, you know, as far as something he could be hinting at, he would be hinting at practically nothing if he were to reference back to what happened at the beginning of camp. But, you know, I can guarantee that they are still monitoring the trade market and seeing what prices look like for certain players. It wouldn't surprise me if something is done before the start of the season. Now, will it be substantive? I'm starting to lean toward no. I think they're going to roll into this outfit with, you know, maybe 1, maybe 2 more veteran pieces. I think they're going to look at some things on the depth of the offensive line to make sure that things are shored up there. You know, the running back position, if it continues to.
AARP Vaughn, man, y'all crazy, man. So that's his name now, AARP Vaughn. Oh, that dude kind of got a ring to it, man. AARP Vaughn. That dude, look, I can't even hold. I'm trying to hold my laugh back when y'all talking about holding and stuff. But AARP Vaughn is crazy. Y'all, look, I'm supposed to be living life like this with all of these laughs, man, and having a good time talking to y'all. Cowboy fans like I am, you know, AARP Vaughn is crazy funny, man. Oh, shit.
Kind of ask more questions than it answers. I think you can look at something there as well. We talked about the cornerback position. So, you know, all in all, I think they're probably just going to be looking to shore up some spots with veteran guys. I don't know if substantive is probably the thing I would be looking at the current moment.
This.
Haymaker Clip was brought to you by Choctaw Casino Resort in Durant, Oklahoma. Book now at ChoctawCasinos.com.
I'm going to tell them they got to put a graphic overlay of me right there rolling them dice, man. Yeah, y'all put the brother up there. But yeah, you got to put me up there, man. You can't put that baby beard, smooth-faced dude up there, man, when you got a guy like me. You know what I'm saying? You got to at least AI a picture. I'm going to reach out to him and say, hey, man, let me be the marketing guy. I can roll some dice, man. Come on, man. But I did get that message. And let me see if I can pull it up on Twitter about you guys. And shout out to Choctaw Casino and Resort. Appreciate all what they do there as well. Let me pull up Lando, because Lando, he did pull up, or Landon from the Lando show. He did make a statement about the sacks, and it was like, not like, it's kind of like the stat for Dak Prescott when people say garbage time stats. So it's a new phrase now, I guess, garbage time sack versus garbage quarterbacks. You can only play for who you play, right? And I can't take that away from Von. I don't think that we can go down to history and start sifting through sacks and say, okay, this was a rookie sack, this was against a all-pro quarterback, this was against – you can't start cherry-picking and looking at it that way. And I'm not beating up my dog. Lando, I think the world of him. I think that he's a trailblazer in this space and in this community. But let me see if I can pull up the Dallas Cowboys schedule for the 2026. And what we're going to do, we're going to listen to Lando on this topic matter, and we're going to see what he says, because I believe that open line of communication and open line of information is always worth it, right? Remember, those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. But let's get to it. Let me zoom it in as much as I can. All right, so.
Don't let the organization off the hook like that. I simply see a guy that's limited at this.
Hold on, let me see if I can rewind. All right, this is Von Miller. Uncomfortable with Von take. And we're going to listen to this.
My synopsis with Von Miller, just so y'all know, I didn't cheat. Okay, I did the work about 2.5 weeks ago. I had a very
I do love that.
Comfortable conversation, but I'm just giving you guys the bird's eye view, the memory refresher, the overview. Here's Trey Lance, one of the 9 sacks, okay? One of the 3 backup quarterbacks that he sacked, not including another first-time starter and Jackson Dart and J.J. McCarthy. Okay, so it's J.J., Jackson, 2 other backups, and then 3 non-backups that he sacked of his 9 came against quarterbacks holding the ball for 4, 8, and 12 seconds, respectively.
I thought he sacked Dak,
too. If that wasn't true, the fact that Terrence Steele had a lot of success and Jermaine Ayumanor had a strong day against him, I just was trying to be honest. Because the topic at the time, like I said 2 weeks ago, fans were weighing between Max Crosby and Bobby Wagner or Von Miller and Jordan Brooks. No, don't.
Hey, you do got a point. Somebody jump like, hey, that Cowboys offensive tackles, man, is trash too. So hey, that do kind of mute the point. Yeah, you're right.
Don't settle for Von versus Max or otherwise. Like this is not even close. Don't let the organization off the hook like that.
Facts. I'm greedy. I still want more.
I simply see a guy that's limited at this point in his career just to a long arm or just a bull rush with a double swipe and taking advantage, just cleaning up for either backup quarterbacks, first-time starters, or guys holding the football way longer than they otherwise should, and they know better. That's what I saw. Okay? But even if none of that other stuff was true, why did he have to? It felt like he was begging. Not once, not twice, but 3 different times on social media announcing for the Cowboys to come and get him.
He was begging.
I love that the Hall of Famer's in the room now. I love that he's bringing some more of that Dak Prescott caliber professionalism yet another one, another addition. This is a far cry from the roster that we're used to. Who also had Rashawn Gary, Quentin Williams, Kenny Clark, Jalen Thompson, Caleb Downs, and now Von Miller. Yeah, it's a little different. It's a lot of Dak Prescott's in that roster and in that locker room now.
Mm-hmm.
But just so everyone's clear, this is how I felt, and this is why I felt that way. I want him to prove me wrong. You're another first-time starting quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, and then whatever you call this going on right here.
Now, to be fair, J.J. looked good against us. them boys last season, boy, look, it don't matter who was the quarterback. It was like literally they gonna light up the scoreboard. But man, oh man, I'm following my guy Lando. I'm following him though. I like the interrogation music in the background. It felt like I'm in interrogation. First 48. I'm gonna start calling Lando. First 48. We got a case on Von Miller. Is he really a sack specialist or just a cleanup guy?
The right tackle position just falls down. Okay.
He falls down. The suspect is at least
it's the worst offensive line in football.
On the run.
Ashton Genty and Geno Smith look like they've never played football before.
Damn, that strong post hand.
And then here's Tanner McKee just running right into his own.
First 48. He got hurt.
GetYourRideOn.com to get you one of these.
Get you one of them hats, man. All right, so I do love his take, by the way. I hope, like he said, is wrong, right? We're hoping that he's wrong. And just to be fair, let's point out the scrub quarterbacks that we know for sure Von Miller gonna get sacks off of. Then we gonna get a sack week 1, right? There's 1 sack in the belt. And damn it, I don't give a dog about Jaden Daniels. He's a skinny leg quarterback. He's gonna get a sack week 2. There's 2 sacks. CJ is a damn scrub. Shout out to CJ though, but he gonna get a sack week. He might not sack Lamar and them. So he don't get no sack week 3. So I'm counting 3 sacks now. Baker, depending on, like, Baker turns into a pumpkin when it get cold outside. It's still October. It still could be semi-warm. I say he get half of a sack here. Let's say he get a 0.5. You know what I'm saying? He get a half of a sack here. Jordan Love, he probably don't get no sack that game. Jalen Hurts, he get a sack that game. So where we at? 1, 2, 3, 4.5 sacks against Arizona and them. Who their quarterback is, I don't know. I don't know who the quarterback for Arizona, but I don't know their name. So he get a sack there. Hey, I don't give a damn who's the quarterback for the Colts. But if it is for sure, Daniel Jones, he getting the sack right here. He getting the sack. He says against first-time quarterbacks, scrubs or what have you. I'm thinking that he's going to get, yeah. So he's going to get a sack. And y'all saying that Jordan Love is hurt. If it's a first-time quarterback, then we put a question mark right here. I don't know. I haven't been following Green nor Bay. San Francisco, he get no sack. Tennessee, Cam still holding on to the ball too long. So he get a sack here. There's another scrub quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's going to be geared up and amped up to sack Jalen Hurts. I ain't trying to call Hurts a scrub for all of those Eagle fans that may be watching today. He get a sack there. He probably get no sack. Shoot. Hey, Lando, based off of your analysis, he might have a Hall of Fame year. he might have a good way out because he gonna sack Dark again. He gonna sack Jaden Daniels again. Trevor Law, he ain't gonna sack him. He might not sack the guy from Los Angeles. But I'm just gonna put that he can have an extra incentive to sack Matt just for what it is because Matthew Stafford, Rams, he got to go back to his old stomping grounds. Based off of his analysis. And I love it. I hope he's wrong. I hope he's wrong. You know what I'm saying? We all hope he's wrong. But then again, I hope he's right about the about the quarterback theory that that it is for what it is. How many sacks y'all see here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.5. Based off of the research that my brother from another mother just done laid out for us, Von Miller will have 11.5 sacks. Based off of MJ, Rashawn Gary will have 13 sacks. We got 2 bookends with double-digit sacks. And if we can get Quentin Williams to give us 6 or 7 sacks from the interior, that's a plus for us. That's right on par. If Kenny Clark can give me 3, I'm working with that. And if James Houston, I know he's good for 4 or 5 sacks. James going to give me 4. Hey, somebody tally those numbers up. Let's start over. Somebody tally those numbers up for me, okay? 11.5 for Vaughn, right? 11.5 for Vaughn, right? 13, according to my guy MJ, man. He just knows some stuff. 13 for Rashawn Gary, all right? Somebody tally it up. 13, all right. And then I said 6 from Quentin Williams. Okay. Yeah, somebody gonna tally these numbers up for me. Kenny Clark, 3.5, right? 3.5. Houston gonna give you 4. It's gonna be a game that James Houston gonna give you 4. Donovan Ezeraku, that's a wild card. Oh, that's a wild card. On the low end, he may give you 3 or 4 himself, but on the high end, his ass can be a double-digit sack guy. But I'm not going to put too much dip on the chip. Let me settle for Donovan Ezeraku with 5.5, okay? Somebody please keep up with the numbers, all right? And Malachi Law, 2 sacks. Who else I'm leaving? Sam Williams, if he make the team, 3 sacks. Where we at now, y'all? Where we at now? Who else? Caleb Downs. He's going to give you probably 2 to 3 sacks. Caleb Downs will give you 2 or 3 sacks. Who else? Kobe Durant going to give you a sack because they do this casino blitzes. CP like to send his DBs. Rebel going to give you 1. Boy, we a sack machine over here. Who else? Who I'm leaving out? Tyrus Wheat there. Who else? This is another. Who else? I'm leaving out. Bam Bam. Bam Bam got to give. Bam Bam gonna give you at least 4. Bam Bam give you 2 sacks. Overshown give you 3 sacks. D Winters 1. How many sacks we got? What's the season sack record, by the way? Is it 70-something? Reddy Stewart, they give you 1 sack. You know? T. Will says, got here late. Have you seen the news on Holden? Man, what happened, man? Let me know, man. Yeah. So we okay? I mean, we okay? Let me see this. Sacks. Last season. Let's see. How many sacks? No, we got to be more than this then. I typed this in. It said the Dallas Cowboys recorded 52 sacks during the 2025 regular season. That's a first. Defensive sack highlights NFC ranked first in the conference. Okay, the NFC ranked. Top edge rusher was Jadeveon Clowney. Sacked allowed, gave up 31 for Prescott. So, with that being said, we got to be – ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way we get 52 sacks. 52 sacks this season. We had 52 sacks last season. So ain't no way I come up with that number and we ended up with the same amount of sacks. Clowney did lead the sacks for us last season with 9, right? So now we got do we keep the same pressures? Put it like this, over or under on this sack total right now? It get harder when we start counting these numbers, huh? We leaving out somebody. Maybe LT Overton get a sack. Maybe Albonia get a sack. Maybe Bullock get a sack and stuff like that. Yeah. I think they're going to squeeze Holden back on the team, though, by the way. Disregard that. They didn't pay for it. All right, 45 sacks? No way. Curtis, if we get 45, we in dire need of problems, right? Coach AJ says over. I think we do at least 60. We got to do more than 52, man. We had 35 sacks. This data is not right. Let me see.
About being that teammate.
Man, they can say what they want to say about, my on the field production. But there's no question about it. I am the.
Somebody verify how many sacks we had last season. That Google could be wrong, because 52, 60, 34. Man, I know where I can go. Man. Hold on. I know I can go, man. We can go to ESPN, go to stats. We go to, do they go by years? Give me 1 second here. Season. It's still on 2025 season, so give me 1 second here, y'all. We going to find out this problem to this test right now. Get out the way. Sacks. Okay, boom. All right, so according to this information, Broncos had 68 sacks, which was dog near good, man. If we can get to the Broncos level. Seattle Seahawks had 47 sacks. So you're right. We definitely didn't have no damn 52 sacks. So y'all are right. Let's go over there. Okay, there's more like it. We had 35 sacks. Appreciate y'all, man. Whoever said that in the chat, you were right. We had 35 sacks last season. So I guess they counted the sacks allowed plus the sacks that we were able to get. So, yeah, that makes a whole lot more sense. Because I'm saying 50 sacks, I was like, shoot, I started sweating a little bit. I ain't going to even hold you. I started sweating. I was like, man, 52 sacks, boy, I know for sure. So 52 sacks get you up there like Cleveland. And Cleveland had the number 1 defense last year in most categories. So you're right, man. I appreciate y'all. Trust but verify. I'm going to say this, man. F you, Google. Google, F you. You know, yes, indeed. So, yeah, I can book it. We're going to have more than 35 sacks. And if we have 52, I'm taking that. If we have 52 sacks, I would take 52. But, man, Denver was killing it, man, with 68 sacks. Man, that's a lot of sacking. I'm still going for 60. Come on, baby. So, over or under 35 sacks, ladies and gentlemen. Over or under. Sweet Zeke says, boy, if we had 52 sacks, we would have been in the playoffs. You ain't lying. Over or under those amount of sacks. And then let me get back to this conversation.
When it comes to my on the field production, but there's no question about it. I am the best teammate in the history of the National Football League. When it comes to being a great teammate, I just know how to do it. I've been doing it for a long time. I know how to bring the guys together. I know how to win my guys, over. Every team that I've ever been on is not a guy in that locker room that'll say, anything bad about me. And that's what I care about. The guys that I work with. And I'll be able to do that here with the Dallas Cowboys. They can say what they want to say. I'm worth, 10 to 13 plays a game. I can win 10 to 13 plays a game, and that's with me not even stepping on the football field.
Right.
It's just the type of the type of knowledge of the game that I know, and to be able to get the guys to play around me to a level that they wouldn't normally play at. And that has nothing to do with the type of, skill that I can bring on the football field. So being a great teammate, knowledge of the game, that's 10 to 13 plays a game, and then I can still walk into 8 to 10 sacks now.
Wow. All right. And I believe him, sure. When you think about what he's able to do, I think that he can give you about 8 to 10 sacks. Now, we just tallied up, just quick mathing it, 11.5, right, on the scrub quarterbacks that we play. If he playing against the damn Giants week 1 and they got Jackson Dart out there, either he's going to get a sack or he's going to force Rashawn Gary to get a sack, or Williams going to get a sack. Somebody's going to get a sack because of him.
Old. He turned 30 years old in March of 2019. Then his seasons are 8 sacks for the Broncos. Then he missed all of 2020 with an ankle injury. 2021, he played 15 games. He had 9.5 sacks. 2022, he had 8 sacks in 11 games. 2023 is the weird outlier. He played 12 games for Buffalo. He had no sacks and no tackles for loss the entire year. And then 2024, he bounces back for 6 sacks in 13 games, and then last year was 9. So he's generally, since he turned 30, been money for 8, that he's going to get you at least 8.
So that is Bobby Belt with his thoughts of everything. So he's good. Now, that 2023 Bills team, I don't know what happened. Now, I know he played in Denver, which is cold. But I heard in Buffalo, shoot, it's colder than polar bear nuts over there, man. It is freezing cold, man. Cold out there. I look at Vaughn, a Texas kid, DeSoto. This is in his element right now. And then he get to be in the dome. I think that, we need to be looking at his Rams tape and seeing what he was doing when he was with the Rams. He inside a dome. And if anybody know in that dome, your burst, your get off, your releases a whole lot faster versus grass. We'll see what Vaughn gonna do here. I think he can be a little bit more faster in this system and in this situation. Yeah. We should have signed him in 2023. Yeah, but he wanted big money in 2023. I remember 2023. He wanted too much money. That joke was getting for like 40 something. We like, good Lord. Buffalo got that cold, man, and it's no dome. Shout out to the people that play in Buffalo, man. That's just a whole different world, right? And I'm not trying to sugarcoat it, but man, that's a different world right there, man. I'm quite sure that what happened ultimately was the Cowboys looked at some of these tapes in the first preseason game, and they said to themselves, let's see how we can get better. Now, we talked about this false step from Malachi Law that he's going to have to improve on. I don't think you fix that in 2 weeks, right? That's something that's going to have to be fixed and correct over a course of a year or such, and you get that muscle memory going. We seen how my guy Mears Learfowl get thrown up out of the club, man. It just got crazy, man. It's just crazy how he got. and that's just not his, strong suit. He can't take on people like that. He tried to bull rush the damn, like, you're going to have to get half body, bro. Look what he tried to do. He got on straight up half body, bro. Get him a small target to hit. You land with your chest first. You got to extend your arms and rip and disengage. Get half body. Get small. Get skinny. How many people play football and they say you got to get skinny? You got to get skinny. On the edge, you got to get skinny and knife up in there. Too much J, he got almost $50 million from Buffalo. I don't mind him stealing, from the Buffalo. Just don't steal from us. And $5.5 million, Jerry Jones can accidentally flush that down the toilet over here, So I think that's a good situation. All right, this is Jay Toya. You see him getting a good push right here. Yeah, down inside. There's a hole right there. They didn't call it, but that's okay. Center block down. I like that. Shout out to Jay Toya. And I like what I'm able to see for this. This is a clear miss. Shout out to John Owings. I normally look at John Owings' tape, and I love his takes because he's precise with his delivery, and I love that. But, man, looking at that gap opening wide open, and all Shamar had to do was just look at the quarterback, and he would have fell into pieces. But we are so dedicated in stopping the run, I don't blame him. I don't blame him, man. Stopping the run is the number one thing. So if you look back at that tape in that moment right there, I don't blame Shamar, man. He's just saying, I'm making sure that I cream the damn running back at all costs. Look at that running back. Yeah. That boy, he laid that running back out, but he could have killed the damn quarterback if he'd have did that. It's just for what it is. Roy Williams, man, I don't know if you're the wide receiver or the linebacker in the chat, but appreciate you. Or you could be the construction worker, man. Appreciate you, Roy. I'm just messing with you. He says, Law Mears is playing out of position. I wish they put him back at the inside linebacker role. Let me say this about Mears live foul. He's going to be a casualty of just bad timing. Let me say this again about Mears live foul. He's going to be a casualty of bad timing. He's never going to get the love and adulation that he rightfully deserved as far as his temperaments, his tenacity. I thought that if Mike Zim would have been able to be with him longer, we would have saw that damn Mears live foul. I don't know what Eberflus was trying to do with him last season. And now he's finna go into another year that he's trying to pick up something else different. He's about 10 to 15 pounds light. And I'm sitting here like, come on, man. Why would you wait? What draft was he? Like a 4th or 5th or something like that, right? Casualty of bad coaching, man. Coaching malpractice, you know, and I hate this for the kid. I hate this for him. Because now that you see him, it takes away some of his spontaneity and his powers, because he's going to get swallowed up real quickly playing that close. Let me find the clip again. He can get swallowed up real quickly. You're not going to see his side-to-side movement. You're not going to see that sporadic hit. You're just going to just see him get ruined. He's a third. Oh, my God, he was a third-rounder, man. Look at my face. It's balling up, man. You got to give you the ugly face. And then they gave him a crazy number. Like, I'm sitting here like, man, I'm crazy with numbers, though, by the way. Damn, Mears, man. If Mears was in the talks, he wouldn't have gone out, and he wouldn't have gone out and got D. We wouldn't have drafted the Hammer. Yeah. And I feel you, Dallas Cow 65. Last year tarnished anything and everything we can think of. Last year it did that. I would have the same reverence for Carson's if I'd have saw a little something. But that Mears, man, I can sense that he got something in him. Mears got something in him. I know he's my dark horse and everything, but I just don't have that same feeling for Carson, that he got something. And Brandon said, pause, you know. Yeah, but I just feel like the Cowboys wasted a fortune with him. 3rd round draft pick. They just throwing draft picks away. Just throwing them away, man. So, he says, why Malachi Law first step matters. Before Law can take his first step, the Seattle Seahawks right tackle gets the first 2 kicks in, which makes it increasingly difficult for Lawrence to use his speed to power, right? Lawrence's success is going to be when he can stress the offensive tackles on a pass set. So you see what he's saying right here. So don't focus in on Law right here. Look at his kick slide. He gathered two drops And for those who understand football, it's all about, let me get my Sharpie out. It's all about keeping them shoulders squared, right? So look at that line, that perpendicular line, right? If you look at that line, you want to keep squared, and he's trying to protect his asset all over here. And if you can beat him, and I know he slowed it down, and it's good so you can see what I'm talking about. Let me put my Sharpie back up. If he can beat him to the edge right here, set that up instead of giving us like this rocker step that he does with his shoulders, then he'll be a whole lot better. If he had bendability, rock outside, and then cut back inside, that could be a thing that he can do. But what he's going to have to do, that false step, he's going to have to make predetermined to either you're going to attack the inside or the outside shoulder. So he got a long way to go. It's going to give me about maybe next season that he can get some real good sacks going, or to a degree, he may end up giving you some hustle plays and get some things going as well. So it's not all bad when you have a false step, slow step, or whatever you want to call it. It's just for what it is. Maybe even 3 kicks, like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3, yeah. Too much, Jay, yeah. You counted 3? Let's see it again. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. Maybe it's damn near 4. That boy can get in position. Because think about it, offensive linemen technically are defensive guys. Offensive lineman technically is on the defense. They are defending the quarterback. The defense is the inverse in football. The defensive linemen are technically offensive guys, right? But to make the math understand for those, it's more like when you are a defensive edge guy, you are attacking. You are an offensive guy. You're attacking. You're trying to penetrate. You're trying to knife in there. And if you're an offensive lineman, you're trying to gather your step. Think of it like this. You trying to keep them inside the cylinder. And if you can keep the object inside the cylinder, you win. And if you can keep your shoulders squared and keep them inside, that's all you need. Now, if you grab the shoulders on the outside, right, then they call holding. So as an edge rusher, you want to play half man, shoot hand inside, and then when they try to period or they try to get you out of that, then that's when you disengage. You either got a dip move, you got to swipe, you got to bend, a shoulder dip, or you can say, I'm going to go through the body, pause if necessary, and that's where you get your bull rush from. That's where you get your speed to power from. So that's where you play your leverage at. But if you allow someone to slide in position and they are already anchored in, it is hard. It is flat out hard to beat that. And that's what he's saying. So that's why you're saying that when you see guys on the ground a lot as edge rushers, or when you see in those offensive linemen striking, they get the inside of the chest, as long as it's not on the outside, they can control you where you need to go. See, he's in perfect position. And Vaughn got all of these damn tools. I don't give a damn what nobody say. So what he's saying about his false step, he's in perfect position. And if he strikes him, and I wish he let this play all the way through, he stopped it. If he strikes it, and let me pause, God dog it. Hold on, I guess I'm going to pause it myself. 1, 2, 3. God dog, it's playing fast. Hold on. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3. Pause right here. Pause right here. Pause at 5. Yeah. So if he's able to strike that chest inside, and y'all see this all the time when we breaking down film. You guys see this all the time on the playbooks. Y'all see this little T chart right here. If he's able to strike and control that middle chest, ain't nothing you can really do. They said once Tyron Smith, all board back in the days, once he get his hands inside, you might as well count that rep over with. There's no, like they called Tyron Smith got vice grips, right? I don't know who this tackle is, but Tyron Smith used to have vice grips. And his arms the size of people's legs, right? And once he get his hands inside, you cancel that rep. and it's technically about 60 reps in a game. And as a good offensive lineman, you want to win all 60 of them reps. If you lose one a game, you're a terrible offensive lineman. Ain't that something? That's crazy, ain't it? You lose one rep. If an offensive tackle lose one of them 60 reps on the sack, he's a terrible offensive tackle. Yeah, it's just crazy. So it's a mind-chess game, and I believe that's where Von Miller is at right now. Yeah. So that's enough of that class session right here. All right, Barron flying side to sideline, stop rallying, pursuit to the finish. I like that. Look, whoo. That Barron got some future to him. Look at that 45. Look how fast he get there, baby. Woo! I didn't pay attention to that play. Yeah, look at Hit Boy got some wheels. Y'all pull up his 40 time. Look where he's at the start of the play, y'all. The quarterback haven't even looked that way yet. He pivots, and he's already pursuing through traffic and everything for a minimum gain. I like JB. JB got some future to him. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't look at Bobby and them, because Bobby, I don't think, and here's another thing, I don't think Bobby can make it to that point that fast, and I'm talking about Wagner or Corey K, but this JB can. But there's still other things that he don't know which keep him as a liability and not an asset right now. You know what I'm saying? But I do like when I look at tape, effort guy and being able to fly through that. Let me tell you something. Kenny Murray would never. Kenny Murray still thinking about going that way. Kenny Murray would have played backside. Shout out to Kenny Murray and them, man. This is Carson's, a bit rough for Carson's. Where he at? Yeah, where Carson's at? Here you go, right here at the bottom. Okay, boom. Ooh, touchdown. Oh, my God, man. Look, why they didn't cut him? Lord. That's Carson. I don't know if y'all can see it, but let me see if I can do it this way. I'm going to do it this way then. Oh, my gosh, boy, Carson. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that, man? Hold on. Let me pull this video up all the way, man. I appreciate y'all's support. I'm not beating up Carson's, but damn, how can he fall like that and you leaving? If that happened week one, if this happened week one, I'm literally moving some furniture around. You know what I mean? All right, we're finna pull Carson's up, man. Give me 1 second here. Boom. We'll make it bigger. Look at that touchdown right there, baby. Look at the bottom of the screen. Look at the wide receiver sitting there like, come on, man, I'm trying to make the team. That's touchdown. All he had to do is he could just lob that ball, and that's a touchdown. Lord have mercy. So, Carson's, man, I'm not trying to beat you up, bro, but you're going to have to get a whole lot better than that. You're going to have to get a whole lot better than that. Law. We better not bring in Adoree Jackson. He's washed up. Lamb cooked his ass. You ain't lying, bro. And they saying that they are very strong on Adoree Jackson. But to be fair to Adoree, he ain't as bad as that 2-1 down there. God, dog. Look, he laid out like Family Guy. I can make that throw. Man, that could be my time right there, man. I could have been a quarterback, man. Give me that throw. And now, this is what tape do as well. What teams would do is they'll look at this tape and they say, you know what? We got us a weak one. You see, they ain't even really picking on nobody. But week 1, week 2, week 3, they're going to look at this and say, hey, pick on 2-1. When 2-1 out there, pick on him because either it's going to be a holding, it's going to be a PI, or he might slip and slide, you know. And these are things that it's an easy touchdown. I bet you that quarterback wished that he saw him. Or that wide receiver pissed off, too. I bet you he like, man, I'm trying to put food on the table and stuff. This would be a good situation, but he couldn't see me, man. He couldn't see me. So this is why I like this right here. When you look at these type of things, That's why I say I'm okay with not playing James Houston, because look how he's able to just fly around and get to the ball, man. James Houston, I'm not saying that I'm agreeing with not Vach, but Brian Broaddus, but do this with James Houston. Third, fourth quarter, put 4-1 in there. Put James Houston in there. His motor. Now, he spaz out. So what you got to do is put that James in there, man. Third and fourth quarter. Superstar status 86-30 says not as bad as 21 or Booth. You talking about Adoree Jackson? I agree. All right, this Julius Wood tape. We all talked about this, playing through the echoes of the whistle. I love that. Let's continue to figure out ways. Carson Seatbelt was drafted. Holden wasn't. Yeah, you're talking about the differences between the two. And those were the deals. He says, my guy says, how did Milrose miss that read? That should have been a 67-yard touchdown. Yeah, that would have been crazy, boy. We'd have been listening in to breaking news. The Dallas Cowboys cut not just Trayshawn Holden, but also Kalen Carson. It seems as if, though, he may get picked up by the Bears, you know. Here we go right here. Now we need Decker. Oh, he reported? Bama boy, is there news out there that we could get Decker? If we get Taylor Decker, then I say, well, this team is really moving crazy. Even though they got an older guy, he's 32 years of age, that still would be a good situation. Lamb do cook Jackson every time, though, and it's quite not strange that Lamb cook anybody. You know what I'm saying? That he come up against, and that's just for what it is. Let's go right here. Well, yeah, we got right here. Well, that boy.
Tell him I like cowboy hats. Tell him I like cowboy hats. I'm a real Dallas Cowboy.
Hey, we rolling with it now, boy. He a real Dallas Cowboy. Yo, man, I'll roll with it too then. Shoot. What we got?
Max thoughts or dream?
No, I don't think this would prevent them from getting Max if they wanted to go get Max. It's just it's a fact that right now I don't think there's anybody looking to get a deal done. Like, I don't think the Raiders are moving him right now. I think a lot of teams want to just kind of see how things shake out before they make a move. So right now Dallas needs somebody still.
Man, they are not happy about this Von Miller signing. They are not happy. I could tell by the angle of the voices of the countenance on them. Let's see. Well, we got a lot of topics today. I must have gone for a day, huh? Well, let me see what they talk about.
Jonathan Mingo.
I mean, this is where it's like, this is a veteran dude, and he has produced in training camp much more than he has since the day he got traded here.
Yeah.
I don't know that you need to see a ton from him. You have a lot of these young wide receivers, the Anthony Smiths of the world, the Trayshawn Holdens, the Camden Browns. Those are the guys that I think I would want to get more. I'd probably go like a quarter of Mingo.
How about you, Dawson?
I want a lot of Mingo.
Mm-hmm.
You have an issue with Pickens and Lamb not being good run-blocking wide receivers.
Sure.
And I want to see if I can get Mingo so weaponized that I have packages for him. The only way to get this thing all coordinated up and make him a viable threat in the pass game is hopefully getting something going with the passing game as well.
Let me pause him right here. CeeDee Lamb, GP, Ron Flanoy, Camden Brown, Turpin, the rookie, Anthony Smith. You go with 6. Turpin is messing up a whole bunch of stuff. Mingo probably be next. My guy Mingo might be next. Law Dorrance Armstrong was arrested and will be suspended. Lord have mercy. Well, I'm going to look that up and hope all is well with him. One of my guys, even though he's with Washington. You can't – how can you explain 7, right? I'm gonna look at y'all. How can you explain 7 wide receivers? Kevontae Turpin is the new C.J. Goodwin, right? He's going to take a spot for a position. I don't think that Kevontae Turpin is a terrible option, but I just don't think that he's a complete option at wide receiver. I think that you utilize him and on some go routes, some 9-balls, some end arounds. But as far as a wide receiver spot, I think that they go with 6. GP, CD, Flo, Camden Brown. Ooh, just that 4 right there is going to look nice. And then you go with Turpin, and you go with the Rook. You don't draft the guy and then to get rid of him, right? I think the Cowboys are not going to fall on their face with that. They're going to at least be like, man, we drafted this guy. We banged the table for him. And then he showed you a little bit enough for you to keep him. Mingo won his job at the rundown. So then you go with 7. That's 7 wide receivers. Mingo is the final piece. And you going to cut Smith for Mingo? Yeah. So it's just a difficult situation.
Well,
how about Jonathan Mingo?
Mingo from the Ming Dynasty. So this is how that goes, man. Oh, let me see. They just talked about it.
Reaction or reality, you would rather keep Malik Davis or Phil Maffa on the roster than a 6 wide receiver? With the assumption that the other running back...
I think Phil Maffa is going to go to the injury reserve. That chest's going to hurt him all throughout these next 2 weeks. I ain't going to even listen to that topic.
How do you feel about Ravel playing the whole game or a good chunk of the game, or just playing a little bit or not playing at all? Where are you with Ravel?
I mean, I think I'd like to see him play probably the first half.
So
he don't need to. He definitely don't need to, ladies and gentlemen. He don't need to. From what we've seen out of that first little series, he almost picked 6 Bobo. Revel is getting an immense amount of work. I'm not trying to put him on some load management stuff, but he's been in an immense amount of work with CD and GP. They worked the hell out of him. Who we play against the Arizona this weekend? This is just playing around with food now. Because none of those boys as a wide receiver is going to be a threat to him going into this Arizona week. Of like, you can rest him and we can get some real evaluation from Josh Butler. We can get some real evaluation from Carson if you really have reservations on Carson. Play Carson the whole 2 quarters. I need to see. We play against the Saints. Oh, we play against the Saints this weekend, right? I thought it was we practice against the Saints tomorrow. But we play against the Cards this weekend, right? That's what we're talking about, right? Yeah. Yeah. KD says, I think it's safe that we cut Mingo, bring him back to the practice squad. Yep. I'm not, and here's my overall consensus on Turpin. Now, the Saints could give you some work if Chris Olave, I don't know if he's hurt or he's available. I know that they got the other wide receiver that they drafted to get hurt, and he's out for at least a half of the season or something like that. But here's my case on Turpin. He's still valuable. Turpin is still a starter, in my opinion. He's just taking up a space at the wide receiver spot because he's so valuable. And I know Turp, if he hears this, I hope he don't get mad and upset and angry about the truth. But the truth of the matter is he's taking up a spot. He's valuable to this degree when the Cowboys are not stubborn. I didn't see enough end arounds with him last season. Put him on the end around. If you're going to put Tiny Turpin out there, make sure you put him on some smokes, some screens, some bubbles. Cowboys, we got speed, but we got to learn, and I know it's been vanilla, but we got to learn how to utilize our speed. And I'm only talking about from last season. I didn't see enough speed plays with even Blue and Turpin. We got to utilize our speed. It's like we got the speed force and we sitting there like, nah, we are not finna use it that way. Carson is a walking penalty. That's why Carson need every rep this upcoming game. Give him full quarter at least, 2 quarters. Yeah, and that's why you get as many of reps as you can with Josh Butler. Let's go with this.
With the breaking news last night, of course, we start off with it on your home of America's team. Von Miller, Bobby, is finally a Dallas Cowboy.
Yeah, and it was one.
I'm going to look up that contract for you on Turpin after these. Just remind me to look up Turpin's contract.
One of those things that felt equally like it was going to happen, and we're just like biding time. And then it also felt like one of those things that was never going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much to hate about the idea of him being here.
I'm trying not to be too overly Cowboy excited. This is a perfect Cowboys signing. It's a big name.
Yeah.
It's a local guy. It's the splash of America's team. But I am excited about it.
Yeah,
I'm not going crazy about it, but I think it's a nice signing.
Don't let you or anybody else today, you or Cowboys fans, don't let anybody try to talk you out of excitement. It's a Hall of Fame player who's getting a reunion with the hometown team, who is one of the most notable high school or college football players to come out of this state ever. There's there's a romanticism about it, and he is a legit star. He's not necessarily a great player anymore. He's a good player, and he's not in his prime anymore. But there's no reason to not be excited about it. I remember when Dan Quinn got hired, there were people who were complaining about it, and it's a different kind of context, obviously. But when Dan Quinn got hired, I remember telling people, I was like, if you're upset with this, you just want to be miserable, which is okay. You just own up to wanting to be miserable. Similarly, if you're telling people, calm down, it's just Von Miller, let people be happy and excited that Von Miller's here. And if you're complaining about it, you're probably just miserable.
With the breaking news.
Well, I look at it from a twofold situation. You're getting a veteran guy, you get wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. There's not many on this team. I don't think. Name the players with a ring on this team. I don't know, but Von Miller got 2 of them. Name a player that knows this system like he will. He cut his teeth with CP as well. Like they coached together. Well, he coached him, or coach on the same side of the ball, whatever it may be. Damn it, I know for sure Marcus Dixon loved the pickup because in 2021 he was the D-line coach for the damn Rams, and guess who was there? Von. So there's some symmetry there, man, or synergy there. I think that for what Bobby Bell said, for those who are kind of mad about the pickup, they just want to be mad. But don't be mad because we didn't get Max and Sully and Soil. Von, you can still get both. This is part of winning. This is part of saying that I'm on a team that's trying to win. And if it takes cutting Trayshawn Holden for Von, then damn it, cut Trayshawn Holden. He's my guy, but shoot, cut him, and tell him, hey, tap him on the shoulder and say, hey, stay in shape, be ready, stay by the phone, because once you clear waivers, we're going to bring you on the practice squad. And I don't know if anybody in this chat would turn down practice squad money, right? They get paid more than doctors and lawyers, right? That's $400,000, $500,000, up to $600,000 a year. And you don't have to put your body on the line. You just be sitting there practicing and swatting with people, and being decoys and stuff. I would do it. Cowboys, PR, man, hire me. I'd be a practice squad. All I need is about 2 or 3 of them good checks. So that's how you got to look at it. Now, I want to go back. Somebody said, and I think it was Roy Williams or someone who said that Kevontae Turpin is not a game changer. Check out Voch Lombardi film or what have you. I think you got to put him in position to be that. I don't think that you need for him to be that, by the way. You got CD. You got George Pickens. Those are your game changers at wide receiver. Now, every now and then when he's focused and not running into the back of these guys on kickoff return, maybe he give us one, right? It's been a minute. Sure, it's been a long time since 2022 or something like that, since Kevontae Turpin took one to the house. That's a long time ago. But with Kevontae Turpin, what the Cowboys don't do enough of are 9 routes and putting them on end rounds. I don't go get the flash and then expect him to do Incredible Hulk stuff, right? I don't get the flash and say, man, put the cape on him. He don't need the cape. He don't need to be Batman. He's just a Flash. The Cowboys got to learn to utilize their weapons, and I know I'm only talking about what they did last season, too, by the way. Because I don't know what they're going to do this season. I don't like the game plan that they rolled out for Jadon Blue on the first preseason game either. And I know you got to keep things safe and be vanilla. But don't run Jadon Blue like you run the Kevontae Turpin. Inaccurate, you know. Turpin isn't a Cole Beasley guy. No. Cole Beasley was more sure with his hands. Cole Beasley wasn't fast, but he had short area quickness. So Cole Beasley worked on his craft a whole lot better. And I think, I'm not trying to say this, but I think Cole Beasley is a little bit tougher than the brother Kevontae Turpin. Because Cole Beasley would get up there and grab the ball, catch it all behind your back and stuff. You know, y'all remember that catch? He was like all behind the back and stuff. I'm just like, oh, wow. You know? But Turpin, that ball, I'm like, damn, dog, hold on to it. It hit you right in the 9.
Yeah, I know that he had 9 sacks last year, but I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
And he's still got speed, and he's still got quickness. And unfortunately, many of the highlights that I watched that were strung together was against our right tackle. So there was some damage being done against Terrence Steele, but he was still causing some havoc. He was still causing disruption. And this is also an indictment of the current group that they have. You talked about all those past things, and that's all nice, and write the Hallmark card, and yeah, you know, the reunion, and blah, 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 DeSoto High. What can he do for you now? And I believe that Von Miller is
shout out to DeSoto, man.
An indictment. The best pass rusher on your football team right now.
Probably, yeah. If you're just talking about third down,
third down.
It's partially an indictment. It's also not just like we're talking about somebody who doesn't know how to do it. Like, it is still somebody who is a pro at it and understands how to get to the quarterback and has done it for years.
Yeah, but he's become a mercenary.
Sure.
Oh yeah, he took one in the house in 2024, right? Appreciate you, Google, man. Your name is Google. Shout out to Google, man, in the building, baby. He said Terp Dog took one in 2024. Was that against the Washington team? That's 2 years ago, man. If you had a baby by now, that baby, that baby walking now.
We didn't see a lot of other teams lined up. He wasn't on a roster as of yesterday, and he is 37 years old. I mean, that is an indictment.
No, but just like how Jadeveon Clowney, there wasn't like a big line for him last year. He ended up being a good player, and he was your best pass rusher probably.
And Choppy and I were fans of Clowney, and I was waiting for I told you so's when Clowney was doing work for the Texans this year to be like, oh, he couldn't play for this team, couldn't play for Christian Parker. For what the Cowboys need, in my opinion, if you tell me I could go ahead and do the swap, I am doing the swap for Vaughn.
Well, if you're telling me I can do Gary and Vaughn like as a replacement for what I got from Clowney, then it's like, okay, I'll do that like every day of the week.
Yeah, I know that.
No doubt. Yeah. 2 years ago, that's 720 days ago. That's a lot of days, Terp. they beating the hell up out of they beating up Von Miller a little bit. And now that I'm thinking about it, they beating him. They're not really enthused about Von. They kind of like in the middle, from what I'm deciphering. This was the situation from, do the Cowboys need a cornerback help? This is a topic right here.
The response to this next story and rumor is diametrically opposed to the Von Miller reaction. Jeremy Fowler, friend of the show, said,
shout out to you, Willie D. Man, appreciate you, Google, man. I like that new name, man.
As in addition to Von, the Cowboys have explored cornerback help via free agency. One name to watch is Adoree Jackson, who was with Christian Parker in Philadelphia. Jackson has interest from a few teams, though. And
let them other teams see him
a lot
first.
of responses that I saw were like, hell no, absolutely not. No to Adoree Jackson. Don't ruin my Von Miller buzz.
Yeah, Adoree Jackson would make me much more concerned about the corner room. Like,
is this the one that we said favors were already being done for?
That was the line you heard when he came in for a visit was just to kind of get him on the waiver wire or get a visit out there.
Dog, is Kenny Moore out there? And shout out to Henny Moore, but is Kenny Moore still available? That would be my option. Okay, Moore would be my option because your nickel guy is only at this point Downs, right? And of course Bland don't want to really play there, but he's good there. You can go back to Reddy, but Reddy got concrete blocks for feet. I like Reddy willingness to tackle and stuff, but he's just not the swiftest guy. And I like Reddy now at safety, believe it or not. Maybe he a downhill safety. It's Kenny. I would go get Kenny, and I would sit back and say, Adoree Jackson. There's always practice squad stuff you can do. I don't know, man. I'll take Trey Diggs back. Oh my goodness, man. Now Montana, I know you lying. Ain't no way, Montana. Montana, AOA, I know you lying, dog. You know the way you used to be. Montana be like, man, I like physical corners, man. Diggs probably won't even work in this system, though. I need my cornerbacks. Nobody missed a tackle? Nobody missed a tackle in the last preseason game? That's because all of our cornerbacks like to hit. Diggs would throw it all the way off. And I like Diggs, man, but I won't bring that back here, man. Jeez. I would not bring that back here, man. Montana, boy, I know times done changed, bro. Oh, my God.
He's somebody who, if he's being brought in here to do anything else other than just be depth, like he would be brought in here to take snaps, that would be concerning to me about the corner room, especially given how...
Like maybe a Kalen Carson replacement. That level.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, I think that...
We ain't talking about over Revel or Durant.
I cannot imagine. Downs is one of your top four corners right now. Downs, Durant, Revel, Bland. If you're telling me like you need him to come in here and take snaps of any amount, then that's concerning to me because that means there's something really wrong.
Which you don't think
I don't think
is
that's what
case.
If they brought him in here, I would assume it's just he's here as a depth piece in case somebody gets hurt. But if they're talking about he'd be here to get reps, that'd be concerning.
The response to this... Was this the move? Was this the Brian Broaddus and Jerry Jones move?
I don't think this is what Jerry was talking about when he first said, hey, a significant deal that I talked about with somebody. I think this is the deal that probably goes.
I would have to not trust Jerry anymore moving forward.
No. I think that he was saying like
because of an overhype.
So y'all let me know if y'all getting too tired of hearing these boys, and we can go to another topic and talk about something else. But let's continue because I'm enjoying this a little bit. I didn't get a chance to hear none of this.
Here's how I would look at that Jerry thing in retrospect. And then how I think we largely looked at it initially, which is they were talking about making additions. And in the process of having those discussions, that when it came to him, he goes, look, as an example, I had a conversation with somebody the other day that was about a significant player and about a significant deal. he wasn't saying that was
an owner too.
Yeah,
and Vaughn would not have been attached to an owner.
No, unless he was talking to the Raising Cane's owner, and he was like, "What have you seen from him?" But when they have those discussions, I think he was using that as, look, like here's an example of what's always bubbling and what's always and what's on the table and things like that. And I think it was drawing a parallel to other guys they were talking about. I think when Steven has talked about adding somebody in recent weeks, like that audio from the blue-white scrimmage we played last Monday, he's talking about Von Miller. Like, that's who he's talking about.
Was this the move?
It was this the move. Jerry's move. Somebody said, I think I saw it.
He explained to the fellows also how his body was feeling and also talked about being that teammate.
Man, they can say what they want to say.
We heard this one already. Okay.
Von Miller coming here on a 1-year deal. And he immediately hopped on the nightcap with...
We heard that one already. Boom.
Does that end any Max thoughts or dream?
No, I don't think this would prevent them from getting Max if they wanted to go get Max. It's just it's a fact that right now I don't think there's anybody looking to get a deal done. Like, I don't think the Raiders are moving him right now. I think a lot of teams want to just kind of see how things shake out before they make a move. So right now Dallas needs somebody still.
Does that end any Max thoughts?
No doubt. Okay, we almost there. We almost
Camden
got
Brown,
three more
easily
topics.
the number one story for your Dallas Cowboys in a 17-7 win over the Seattle Seahawks on Saturday.
He keeps making plays. Like, it's one of those things where you'll hear a lot about whenever you've got a training camp star or anybody like this. You'll hear the line about, well, does it carry over? Does it carry over into the games? When the pads come on, does it carry over? When the games roll around, does it carry over? There have been so many guys who have had strong camps who lost all of their momentum or lost their spot because they didn't show up in the games.
And mainly a receiver.
Let me tell you, man, I think that Camden is a divine intervention of like some special force is moving for him. It's just like he just been this bright light ever since the Cowboys picked him up. His story, he got the story. We talked about this. If you want to win a spot on the Cowboys, you got to win the crowd. You got to win the honor of having Jerry Jones too.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Perfect recipe for all of that. The one-hand catch. His sister's birthday on the 9th or the 10th of this month, and she passed away, and she was only, according to doctors, to live 3 years, and she made it all the way to year 17, right? The storyline of all of this. And you can't just dismiss all of that. In the Cowboys, 30 years, 30 seasons of being in this desolate spot, and then now all of a sudden we moving the way we're moving. I just think that this is the year for all of this stuff to go through.
Hey, now, we going to the Cowboys. You already know how this shit goes. Hey, we've been underdog all our life, man.
You hear what he said? Let me rewind for those, man, who just don't understand. Underdog all of his life. Listen to this. Look how crunk he is.
Hey, now, we going to the Cowboys. You already know how this shit goes. Hey, we've been underdog all our life, man. You already know how this shit goes, man. We've been an underdog all our life, dog. We live for this shit. This shit crazy. It don't matter. You gotta go get it. We here, boy.
We here, boy.
They done fucked up, boy.
Yeah, they done elfed it up. That's what he said.
Take the money out!
Time for Al again. Puts his foot in the ground. Fires towards the end zone. And it is caught. And that is the rookie that they have been talking about in Milton.
You can't write a storyline like that, man.
Camden Brown has another. My goodness. What a start to his NFL career. Touchdown, Camden Brown.
can't write it like the story writes itself. Get that dog a bone, man. You can't write another story. Undrafted guy, dismissed, walks on. You know the Cowboys love the undrafted. Cavante Turbin was one, right? You know, Tony Romo was one. The guy with the golden foot, Brandon Aubrey. You can't write a storyline better than that. I talked to Holden this morning. He was like, "Hey man, Brown got something magical going, right?" He couldn't even get mad at it. No one can get mad at the Brown story. So when we look back at this, and he's hungry, his belly touching his back, man, he got a PhD. He poor, hungry, and determined. And us as Cowboy fans, we need to see a Brown doing something good. We went from Anthony Brown to Noah Brown, and wasn't nothing going down, man. So we need, hey, look, the last time we won something when we had a Larry Brown. So we need a Brown to do something in town, baby. You know, because we went against Tim Brown, and we didn't bring him in because of Michael Irvin said, I want the stage by himself. So yes, yes, we need this, man. We need this. What can downtown Camden Brown do for us, man? You know, so we need this storyline. Can you imagine? CD on one side, GP on the other side, Ryan doing his thing, and then you throw in a Brown. Come on, baby. The multiverse, man, I think this Tom Landry pulling some strings. Him and Camden Brown's little sister, they pulling some strings up in heaven. They was like, yeah, you on the, your brother's on the Cowboys. Let's work something out right now, you know. Chase. Yeah, so all of them years, good game, and y'all remember. Good game, and remember, y'all who followed my show when we was doing the play-by-play. It didn't matter. It was the inverse on third down and Brown. It can be 3rd and 3. Teams look for Anthony Brown, they get the first down. It can be 3rd and 13. People look for Anthony Brown, and he tried to change his number, and they still found it him. They're like, God dog, Anthony. They even gave Anthony Brown, I think he had a cool number, 3 or something like that. It would be 3rd and 30, 3rd and 35. Teams would drop back and look for Anthony Brown. Yes, indeed, boy. So now, the tables, one thing I can tell you, they do turn. And the tables finally turn. Now on third down and whatever it is, we can look for a Brown, and it can be a plus positive for us, man. You know? Yes, indeed. Let's listen to the rest of this.
We've been down this road before.
Yeah, it's every year. Receiver is such an easy one to fall in love with because they're
one-on-ones.
One-on-ones will show it off. It's easy to, in the course of an entire training camp, have a couple passes that should have gone stray that, oh, man, he happened to make. I've seen 2 really big highlight reel catches from this guy. But it's rare to see somebody come into the NFL and do what he's done in training camp and then step into the games and do what he did in the first game, Camden Brown, which 2 touchdowns, and he got all 3 of those catches on 3 different routes.
And 2 difficult touchdowns.
Yeah, 2 very difficult touchdowns. The first one, which I'm interested in this, are you...
Somebody reminded me what it is.
Y'all killing me with this. I can't help
D-Shift, you got me, boy. He said that chip on his shoulder as a tattoo. That damn Anthony Brown. Shout out to Anthony. He might be watching me right now and going to be like, hey, man, when I find him, I'm going to whoop him. You know what I'm saying? Just hit me on my good side. But this brother literally put a potato chip on his shoulder, talking about a chip on his shoulder. That was crazy, Anthony Brown.
I
know he got to cover up by now.
Are you viewing Camden Brown or Sam Howell's performance any differently? if that wrestling for the ball goes the other way? I was talking to some people over the weekend, and one of the things that I got as feedback, because I didn't watch Camden Brown at Georgia Southern. He was not on my list of people to study. And somebody said, man, he's been that guy. Like, he's been that guy on tape his entire career, even at Auburn before he had transferred. When he transferred because the room got too full, it was just he wasn't going to get any opportunity. And so he decided to bet on himself a little bit, go to Georgia Southern. But him ending up at Georgia Southern, he apparently had kept that going. And I was told, like, yeah, this is kind of who he's been on tape as well at college. And now it's just carrying over to the NFL. But, man, he looks like he's a legit ready to play NFL receiver right now. Now, obviously, you've got to basically scale that to this is preseason or training camp practices. You can't just extrapolate that easily. Yeah. But the way you would expect an NFL receiver to practice in these moments, he has.
Like, fans are ready to trust him over Turpin right now.
And they always are. I'll be honest, I probably would, just because I would trust a lot of receivers over Turpin. But I mean,
what's his skill set, like his fit? Give us a recap and a reminder about the size and what you think the strengths would be.
So he's 6'2", he's 205. He is a guy who, I think he was a 4.48 kind of guy in terms of speed, but he's a big physical, essentially X
He's not going to be some burner down the field Turpin replacement.
Yeah, he's not going to be like the track star guy who's going to outrun everybody, but he is a guy who is going to finish plays, and that's what he's done consistently. People have raved about that at the training camps, is that they say that he has had just a ton of acrobatic, ridiculous receptions that he shouldn't finish, and when that carries over into the games now, it's really, really difficult. I think because there are a lot of times where people fall in love with certain backs or receivers, and then they get down to training camp, they're like, we couldn't justify keeping him, and they cut him. He would be really difficult if he keeps this up to justify for anything other than politics keeping him off the field, where it's like, well, we did give up a fourth for Jonathan Mingo a couple years ago. We can't just let him go now, can we? And so if it's hard to justify it all if this is a true meritocracy that he shouldn't be on this team.
Fans would melt down over that if it happened. We still got some weeks to go.
I was talking to some.
Yeah, so like I said, the story, I knew I'd have found it. I knew 3 months ago. Knew I'd have found it. Shoot, boy, you don't mess with Law Nation, man. Y'all don't mess with me. 3 months ago. Let me see whatever you're talking about.
They know I made my woodwork. Hop out with it.
I can't play the song, though, but let's see what he was doing. Yeah, Camden Brown. Let's see what he was doing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he got a little moxie. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to read these comments and see what y'all talking about. Y'all, I'm going to read them comments, boy. Let me see them comments, boy. Let me see what they saying. Georgia Southern, the highlights should have been shown. He was torched at USC DBs. He torched the USC DBs, yeah. There's a crowded room at wide receiver already. It was competition last season. There will be competition again. Willie Lawrence, come on up to the table. He says, camp body. Camp fodder. Eddie Jones. Hey, where you at? I'm looking at all these negative content. All violence, waste of time. He won't even make the cut. Where they at now, baby? You a hater. Damn, lift your young man up, man. Don't put him down. Shout out to you, Jermaine Jones, man. You talking about, man? I'm a realist. Yeah, I'm a Southside realist, He said he's a realist. He just gonna bring up competition. That's it. He ain't gonna do anything. Laugh out loud. This didn't age well. Yeah, he would win that. He got good hands. Good to be a possession wide receiver. So yeah, boy, that's what I'm gonna have to start doing. I'm gonna have to start calling y'all out on some of these things, man. Yes, indeed, Cowboy Nation. Let's look into this right here. Let's play it. Let's see what we got right here.
And help them improve, especially when it comes to putting pressure on quarterbacks when they do play. That's going to be tremendous for them. Tremendous for the Cowboys. Very, very good pickup. Very good. And this is another thing, Uncle Joe.
What's up?
What Jerry also has to understand is Jerry understands that window of opportunity is closing too. You understand the window of opportunity is closing, so you want to get pickups like this with impact players, not just bodies for camp, not just adding 53 to your roster, but somebody that can make an immediate impact right away.
Shout out to you, Shirley.
That window of opportunity to try and win one after a 25 or 30-year hiatus is right now.
Yeah, I think this is no risk.
What the hell Joe got on his head, man?
On a minimum salary. Anything that he gives you is a bonus. He can still rush the quarterback.
Yeah.
And if the Cowboys offense is what we expect them to be, they should be ahead in a lot of these games. So it should take the run element out of it. A lot of these games. Now, obviously, there are going to be some games there's going to be nip and tuck, and they're going to have to come back. And the defense is going to have to make plays to get them the ball back. But I think with Vaughn, I like Sam Williams. Before he tore his knee, he was a guy that could get pressure. Rashawn Gary seems to get off to these fast starts, and then he tapers down towards the end of the season. Ocho, we had him on, and in the first 7 games, he had like 8-9 sacks. And then he didn't get another sack the rest of the season. So they got to figure out what's going on with him and why does he start so fast and taper off, and why can't he sustain the level of play that he's having. Now, Quentin Williams just signed a big-time contract. They got Kenny Clark. They've got a lot of guys in there that they feel that can stuff the run, make a team one-dimensional. Because if you don't turn off the water with the run, you're not going to be able to stop them because they'll play action pass you and use the entire playbook to defeat you. So I like this pickup for Vaughn. I'm happy for Vaughn. I know he really wanted to go back to the Broncos, but they're so deep at that position. I wish he could have finished his career with the Broncos, but unfortunately that doesn't seem like it's going to happen. But he's found a home very close to his home in Dallas with the Cowboys, and I'm excited for him and see what, because he's still bendy. He ain't what he once was in Super Bowl 50. He is not what he was when he got to help get the Rams to the
Joe got that damn biscuit. You know, he got that biscuit. He got that biscuit scarf on. Damn, Joe. Joe, what you got on your head, man?
But he still can pressure the quarterbacks. Could I see a scenario where he has 7 to 8 sacks this year? Yep. Based on what they have offensively, I absolutely
Joe gonna whoop my ass if you ever see me, man.
When did you know that this was a possibility, and when did they finally close the deal?
Man, so they were the first team to contact me like a week before.
Where you going, Biscuit? What you say? Where you going, Biscuit? Biscuit didn't want to get released, man. All right, man. Let me give you. Whew, all right, let me get back to football. All right, I'm just playing. Joe, I'm just joking, Joe. I'm just joking, Joe. I'm just joking. Don't come after me, man.
It had been like some talks about like the Cowboys like throughout the whole offseason, and you know, it just seemed right for me. I live here in the offseason. You know, my mom and my dad are here, my kids are here. You know, I always had a little blue on my heart since I was, you know, a little boy.
You gotta say we're gonna fight together.
You know, I always paid attention to the Dallas Cowboys, and you know, my earliest memory of playing football included the Dallas Cowboys. I heard my daddy screaming in the back, and I ran back there to see what was going on, and he was screaming because the Dallas Cowboys had scored a touchdown. So that's my earliest memory of playing football. And to be back, you know, here, to be back home is it's a dream within a dream. It's like Inception, you know, the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. They had like my dream has always been to play in the NFL, and you know, to play for the Dallas Cowboys is a dream within a dream.
Man, that dream within a dream, man. You know, one thing I can tell you, man, my kids, they know for sure I love the Cowboys. They gonna be like, when they get old and gray, they gonna be like, man, Dad, man, one thing I know is that when we had to bury Dad, we had to put that star on his tombstone, because that joker would yell out some that joker would yell out some Cowboys, man. And y'all see me with, like, there's different versions of people, man. Believe it or not. Y'all see me with the camera, so I'm kind of like reserved a little bit for what y'all know. But, man, me off of this camera watching the Cowboys, it's like therapy, because me, I'm cussing, I'm moving furniture around, I'm mad, I'm talking smack about the quarterback. Y'all think I'm nice with that? I'm talking smack about the quarterback. I'm cussing out the coach. I'm yelling, man. So I'm more reserved. I wish sometimes that there was a camera that we can just go back in time and capture the moments when I was like in the 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, in college, and through my struggle lives and real life when it was time to watch the Cowboys, man. You know, I wish, man, y'all can see those interactions, the realism of law, you know. And then I wish you guys can see me watching the game with me and Twin back in the days, boy. We used to almost fight each other after the game like we out there, man. I couldn't stand Romanowski and all of them boys from what he had over there, and I know he couldn't stand my boys, man, over here. But, man, we used to be on it, bro. And shout out to the Cowboys, man. Shout out to all of you guys. But in that case, there's still a chance, there's still an opportunity for you all to win a certain thing. Oh, I forgot to change it up. Hold on. Well, we'll change it up in the next go around. But let's get to it because I got to still play it. I forgot to update it, but that's okay.
Away, 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 away. Away. Away, 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 away,
Choctaw Casino and Resort.
There's one chance left for you to win $1 million during the 3 months 3 Millionaires giveaway at Choctaw Casino and Resort Durant. 2 Rewards Club members have already walked away millionaires. And you could be the one to take home the final $1 million prize. The last chance to flip your future is August 22nd. Choctaw Casino and Resort Durant, where millionaires are made.
No doubt. So be sure to take a chance and win your situation of being a multi-millionaire or millionaire at Choctaw Casino and Resort in Durant, not Kobe or Kelvin, but in Oklahoma, which is about 90 miles from the heart of Dallas, well, from the heart of Texas, which is Dallas. Even though I messed it up, we still on the up because we got Von Miller, Cowboy Nation. That concludes majority of the first segment of this show, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we've been live for a quick second, and we definitely like to get things moving and grooving. Our new face of defense, I'm aiming for, since we got the impact of Von Miller now, that move us 2 slots up. Instead of us having the rankings of 15th or 16th ranked defense, I'm trying to look at this as maybe the Cowboys will be ranked 11th or 12th. Are we still in the top 10 range? It could be possible. I'm not finna take away from that. Post me down below where you guys seeing of where the Cowboys should be at, ranking-wise, especially on defense. I want to know. I need to know. I got to know. Man, Bonds and Bonnets are a little zesty. Yeah, it's just crazy, Cowboy Nation. I'm not beating up a Joe, man. He got to protect his hair, man. You just wearing it. And that's all I'm going to say with that. I hope that you guys are not taking that all the way southly. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we will open up the phone lines at this moment and get things moving and grooving. I think we covered over every topic that we could, especially around this topic matter. We went over Von Miller having possibly 11 sacks. We went over Von Miller possibly being able to be a bridge vet guy for Malachi Law and Donovan Ezuraku. And let's get it, Cowboy Nation. Let's do it this way. Let's do this quickly and soundly.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first. Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance company.
And they understand
Call
the
Frenkel
cost
first.
that is involved.
Call my phone. All right, so we're going to open it up real quickly. Call at your own risk. Yes, indeed. Frenkel and Frenkel personal injury lawyers backed by a combined of 100 years of experiences. That's a lot of knowledge and wisdom. But if you ever in a fender bender or anything of that nature, reach out to our proud partners at Frenkel and Frenkel personal injury lawyers. That will be 214 in every 3 or 817 in every 3 we have. Now, Williams, you nearly gave me a heart attack by saying that. Now, if that happened, that's gonna be really crazy. I would go to the highest of the highest heavens if the Cowboys got Denzel Ward. I call that man everything but his name. But neither here nor there. If you are in a bind, just visit frankelfirm.com. Let's get this going the best way possible, ladies and gentlemen. The hotline or the cold line is 657-390-7391. And the first person that I have on the tool here, let me see if I can get this one up out of here. Appreciate y'all, man, so much for jumping in and rocking with me. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. She break the law with me, man. You hear them bars over there, man? God, dog. I gotta find this. Matter of fact, I might let the caller on while I find it because I gotta remove it because it gotta be updated. If I can find it. He said, call my phone, hit my line. Only those who down for me. And keep it simple, thug my way. You know, oh my goodness. I got Darius, man, from the 214. You're live on the nation. Brought to you by Choctaw Casino and Resort. You're live.
Well, I know what I said yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that. We're going to the Super Bowl, man.
I love it, man. I love it, man. Hell yeah. Come on, man. That's the type of energy I like right there, shoot. You know, come on.
With this move right here, alongside of that intensity, is that the super chat? I'm gonna let that go.
No, that's just me pressing. No, that's just me pressing it because you said what you said. You know what I'm saying? Shoot.
You're fucking right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, damn right. So you combine that with the intensity level that I saw from the second and third team and Caleb Downs and Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark, man, fuck that. We going to the Super Bowl, man.
Come on,
like,
man.
This is,
come on with
you combine that with Christian Parker's coaching, I don't see no way this don't work. I mean, somebody, you're going to have to tell me how it's not going to work. I don't see no way or nowhere where this doesn't work. All of these ingredients, all of these pieces, and bruh, this is going to work. Yeah. How many times have I called in and said, "Hey, Law, I'm not effing with this. I'm not, we're gonna be ass this year. I don't like this coach. I don't like this coach. Hey, this ain't right." It done been a billion times where I came and said, "Hey, this is gonna work." The second thing I want to call and tell you about, the second thing I want to call and tell you about, I see a lot of people like talking about Von and doing like film assessments on Von, like he is like I guess the end all be all.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, okay, good. Keep going. Yeah.
No, Von, like they talking about Von Miller like he's like gonna be the end all be all. First of all, I think this is not the only move that we gonna make. I feel like it's another move that's gonna happen, like a big one, and maybe even two. Mm-hmm. And secondly, it's like, why don't people do film assessments on Sam Williams and these other players that like haven't gotten 9 sacks? They talking about Von like he's some stir fry. Right. Man, Von getting 9 sacks at 37 years old. Who else on the team is getting 9 sacks? Who?
Break it down to him, man.
I don't get it. Like, I don't understand, man. Hey, man, Von is an absolute phenomenal addition to this team. I don't give a damn how old he is. I don't give a damn how many film assistants people want to bring up. Man, fuck that. Von is a dog, and he gonna at least get another 9 sacks. The other thing I want to say, this is my last thing in closing.
Okay.
If 5'8". The only thing that I'm worried about or I'm concerned with is how Shoddy handles success. Like when I look at all the best coaches and the coaches that have the best dynasties.
Let me cut you real quick like OJ, man. I got this presser conference on.
And again,
had to cut him like OJ. A legend. May he rest in peace.
Help him be very, very functional. You know,
my bad, Darius, had to do you like that.
That's not what we're looking for. But he's going to get the snaps that he gets, and he's going to make us better. And hopefully, we are playing a lot of games with the lead, and he, along with those other guys I mentioned in that room, will go out there and hunt together.
He fit with Christian Parker's scheme. You know, he can be more going to the quarter, but he won't be dropping the coverage. Is that what we're talking about here?
Yeah, I mean, all these guys have to drop a little bit, and I think, you know, that's part of playing the 3-4. But CP and I are pretty smart. We're not going to drop guys that are really good at chasing the passer, but that's something that you have to do occasionally in the 3-4 to keep the offense guessing. But you know. Again,
hell yeah, you know, keep the offense guessing, man.
You know, CP, the understanding of him, he's trained with BT. Talking about Von, of course, he's trained with BT, and you know, we're really excited.
Brian Potter with ESPN. When you're about to sign a guy like this, do you have conversations with the guys in the room, like you kind of mentioned to us at the start there?
Yeah, as a staff, we do. You know, and again, you know, like everyone should be excited that we're adding a great teammate, a very talented player that's accomplished what he's accomplished. You know, if they don't want to compete every day, they're not in the right organization, because that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to build. But the conversations that were had, the guys understand, they get it, and again, I think it's going to bring the best out of everybody.
And then obviously the Saints coming here tomorrow. What are your expectations for that?
Yeah, I mean, carry over a little bit, you know, from what we do with the Rams. You know,
the 8-time Pro Bowler
friend, and you know, they just had a joint with the Saints, and then they're actually having another joint with the Rams a couple days after us. So, you know, Kel and I have kind of laid it out. It'll be very similar to what we did with the Rams. A few less reps since they have another joint coming up, but you'll see a lot of the same situational work. You know, some of the special team stuff that we need to get done. And then I think it'll seem familiar to you guys.
John Michaud with The Athletic, adding Von Miller now.
Machine Gun John, baby.
Wise on defense, like, is there still more to be done?
That's my guy.
What you got right now?
I love our roster. I mean, I really do. I think, you know, we're a talented roster. We're way different on paper this year than we were last year. But
all right, Coach.
We're not done. We're not done developing our players. We're not done getting the young guys ready to go. We're not done potentially adding pieces. But I love our roster. I love the makeup of the young men in that room, the way they love one another, the way they care about one another. And, you know, I know I pointed out the other day, but I'm going to point out again, if you got guys like Jonathan Mingo that's literally 25 yards behind the play, and he's willing to run for the love of the game, but more importantly, the love of his brother, to keep a guy from scoring on a for a touchdown, you've got the right chemistry.
And you had Maffa and Barron with injuries in the game, and obviously Barham coming back. Can you give any updates on it?
Yeah, we got a few guys coming back. Zion will start working back into practice. Jay Sean will. Devin Moore will. Got a few guys banged up from the game. Phil's ribs, Izzy's ribs. Jaden's got a shoulder. And then 2 guys won't practice today. Bullard, and then Triggs got a toe that he's dealing with. But we're not concerned about it.
Nick Harris for Star Telegram. Going back and looking at the film, what did you like, not like from the running backs?
You know, number one, we didn't block very well in the first half. We weren't very efficient running the football. You know, some of that is the fact that, you know, they're pretty big and stout in there, and we didn't have a lot of perimeter runs up, Nick, to get the ball on the edge. I would say, again, it was probably an 8-iron that we showed in the game. But I thought you look at certain guys like Malik Davis, you know, that I talked about. I mean, his ability to move the chains, and Izzy ran really, really hard. But there really wasn't in the first half a lot there for guys like Jaden and Phil. You know, as they were battling uphill a little bit, but we figured it out in the second half. And you know, but that'll be a big part of what we're trying to do, you know, throughout this week, is some of the padded work that we get against the Saints and ourselves heading into Arizona. We need to move people better inside.
staff, principally, coming out of the first preseason game, how different are those personnel?
Hit that like button, share this content, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's different. We're 3 weeks into camp. We've had a joint. We've had a we've had a preseason game. We got another joint coming. We've made some adjustments. No, I'm not going to tell you what those adjustments are.
What are they, Coach?
Creating competition, and you guys see some of them today. But
what's going on with their
guys
website?
Have been informed of why we're making those decisions. Nothing's finalized, but we're trying different combinations of people, and some guys have earned the right to move up and get different reps, and other guys maybe need to play a little bit better, so they're going to lose a rep or two. But we're a long way from being done.
Tommy Yarsh, DallasCowboys.com. With Von, what is the timeline looking like for him to be on the practice field? When do you hope he starts working into team drills and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, he'll be a ramp up. I mean, he's going to be no different than any new player you would add, certainly one that hasn't been in camp. We're not going to rush him out there. There's no need to do that. It's more getting him around the fellas, getting him, with Chidera and CP and the defensive staff. But he's going to be in a ramp-up. I'm pretty sure he hasn't forgot how to rush the passer or play football. But we'll be smart with him, and I think he gets in tonight, and we'll get rolling with him tomorrow.
And then watching everything back, what did you think of how your special teams units played and coverage, returns, things like that?
Yeah, not good enough. Addressed that today with the guys. It's not the standard. We know that, but it's also preseason game one. Our mantra is get back to basics. You got to pay more attention to detail. Very, very disappointed in how we lost contain. Very disappointed in how we gave up kick side leverage.
There you go. Never satisfied, Coach. I love that. I love that.
Supposed to be on your left shoulder. Keep it on your left shoulder. Yep. And then we did a terrible job of communicating non-verbally, on the coverage teams. Hey, I'm the ball player. I'm the outside player. I'm the capper. Didn't do a good enough job of that. So we had a long special teams meeting today. It's going to be a big part of our emphasis because it wasn't good enough.
Louis Scruggs, NBC5. Von Miller said on a podcast that he has 10 to 15 plays in him per game. Your thoughts on that?
I think
about how many you need
that. I mean, I think, like I said, we're not expecting him to come here and play 40 plays a game.
Facts.
10 to 15. Great plays sound good to me. If it's 18 to 20, that's cool too. But
10 to 15 is right.
A great addition, but that room.
American Legion Miller.
I'm so excited about what we're building in that room.
But AARP Vaughn is crazy.
And those guys. And Malachi, I think, played really well.
Oh, my God. Now, would it be Medicare or Medicaid Vaughn?
You guys know
Newhouse.
Marist, Rushwell, T-Wheat.
It'd be Medicare Vaughn.
T-Wheat played awesome, finished the game.
Medicare is for older people.
Isaiah Land got a big sack. But Vaughn's going to make us better.
But Medicare Vaughn.
I think that's what we're excited about.
Think of another time in your career or
oh my gosh, JR says no Von Miller disrespect will be tolerated.
Yeah, when you ask the question, I always try to go on.
He gonna ball this year, JR.
Camp, but we brought in San Diego. We brought in Keenan McCardle, like week 3 or 4. He came in on a Tuesday night and played 65 plays on Sunday, which is unusual. But veterans, they know how to figure it out, And you find like a little cheat code.
JR, you need to call in, man.
They look to the sidelines and you give them a little reminder and they're like, yeah, I got that. But I think he ended up playing 65 plays, had a couple catches, and it's one of the benefits of being a guy that understands the game. Oh, Brad. Sorry. No questions, Brad? Huh? No questions today.
Check out the brain on Brad.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Brad. Write that down, guys. Clarence, especially you. Too thorough.
From Parcells.
No, that's shut now.
Hey, Coach Parcells is at the watching the ponies right now. Let's be honest. Yeah, he's Saratoga, baby.
453, the fan. You talked about moving people better inside. Last week we talked about how walkthroughs can lead to playing a little high, and I just wondered if it was part of that first half trouble pad level.
Don't catfish me, John.
It was, babe, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say it was. There were some things. They were big front, big physical front. We have a lot of respect for AD, Coach Durday, Mike McDonald. They're big and physical, but yeah, we did. We played a little high and didn't get the movement. There was too much penetration on some of our gap schemes. I thought, with the tight ends coming across on some of the kick-out blocks and stuff, they got a little bit high and got knocked around a little bit. And it's all part of playing real football.
Remember the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Joe Hoyt, Dallas.
Oh, they're not.
You kind of touched on the offensive line a little bit, but what do you need to see from that offensive line depth over the next couple of weeks to feel confident about it?
Yeah, again, I'm anxious to see us go up against the Saints, and we got a good look at a number of the guys that are battling for positions in that 6th, 7th, 8th rotation. They played the other day, and some good snaps, some bad snaps, as you would imagine, but consistency. And playing together and communication, all those things go hand in hand with having a really good offensive line. And we'll also be looking to, move some pieces around and to see how they would function, because as you know, you're rarely going to go through a season without having different combinations of offensive linemen. And so we need to be prepared for that by getting guys reps at other positions.
You guys brought in Vaughn, BT Jordan, Chidera, a lot of voices in terms of their pass rush. How excited are you about just the different types of voices and the different types of hands-on coaching you can have with some of these?
Well, I think
that's a good question.
The big thing to be said there is they all believe the same stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you have a guy
Good
that comes
question.
in that believes in rushing the passer this way or rushing the passer that way, and he's like, yeah, don't listen to what he says. Hey, here's the way you need to do it. But, Vaughn obviously has got his experiences, but he's been trained by BT Jordan. Chidera and BT have been working together for a long time. Chidera is an expert at it as well. I think you can see it with the way some of our guys are playing on the edges. I mean, we forced Seattle into situations late in the game where they had to use double chippers. And but the
Life
thing
alert,
for me
Vaughn,
is
y'all
that
crazy.
There's alignment with how we want to rush the passer, and whether that's DeMarcus Ware when he's around, Charles Haley when he's around,
Law Nation when he's
alignment with
around.
how we want to do it.
Hey Coach, Nicole Hutchison, DallasCowboys.com. Reddy Stewart, I feel like hasn't been talked about a lot throughout camp. He's had a nice camp, had half a sack with Tyrus Wheat this weekend. Where do you kind of evaluate him, and what have you been impressed with?
Yeah, number one, played terrific. Really was proud of him. It's funny because literally BT Jordan
did
took
Reddy a
credit
solid.
for Reddy's half a sack. So he said, yeah, I taught him that. I said, no, you can't do that. Anybody gets a sack, you can't take credit for it. Okay, BT, let's just. But no, I mean, Reddy, he's always ready to play. He does everything right. His motor, his effort, his communication skills. He played really well. Julius Wood, some big-time plays. The goal line stand we had, they ran a little toss play to their sideline. Incredible play. And but, yeah, Reddy he's having a really good camp.
Uribe, that's who they were talking about, this guy right here.
Cowboys Radio 105.3, The Fan. You called
Shadera.
me out. I can't have that.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that these games in August don't count, but they matter. We've all seen the clip. You seem pretty energized about the win afterwards. And Clayton walking out said, I've been in here 9 times, and I've never walked out winning a game. So how important in the grand scheme of things was winning that game?
Yeah, I don't think winning the game was as important as playing the game, but I do think that the best way to learn how to win is to win.
The Romo Wednesdays
came out healthy,
is what
which
Von
a big
Miller
part
gonna
of it.
need.
But I thought the play style was on demand. I told the players today, I felt like if you were just watching that game from the top row of the stadium, it felt like a regular season game. Guys were flying around. It was physical. They were swarming to the ball. Receivers were blocking, for us. There was big plays. There were matchups. There were adjustments. I think that was the better part, is that we're beginning to put on film what our play style and identity looks like. And that's really what you're trying to get done in August. And it doesn't really matter if it's in Quest, Lumen, Field, whichever one it is, or out here at practice. You want to feel that.
Y'all gonna
each
leave
and every
Vaughn
day.
alone, man. United Healthcare, Vaughn, you crazy.
Things, quarterbacks, why did you start Sam, and will the other guy get the next start?
Who's the other guy? No, basically, we felt like Sam had been a little bit more consistent. They'd both done good things. And so Sam got the start. We communicated that to Joe, and Joe took it very matter-of-factly and went out and played terrific. Both guys moved the team, but I thought Joe was maybe in the best command of our system that he's been in since he's been here, and I told him that after the game, how proud I was of him for that. But they're competing again to see, this week, and I'll let you know when we make that decision.
Christian Parker, first game out, can you just talk about what you saw from him? I know we talked briefly after the game, but now that you watch the film, if you take it all in, what did you see from him in that defense?
Yeah, the belief of, what he wants to run, the conviction. There were some really cool adjustments that he made where there was a call he made early in the game. I won't get into specifics that he didn't really like based off what they were doing. He immediately adapted. I think that shows experience. That shows understanding of coverage. And I did give him a hard time because I don't think I could call a game without looking at a call sheet. I mean, that'd be pretty hard, but again, it shows you that he knows what he wants. And overall, I thought it was a really good start. But
that's
again,
a nugget right there.
And there's things you
can make a
take
whole
away from
conversation
that.
off of that.
I need to improve this. I need to do that a little bit better. Our sideline communication across the board, all three phases, even to the box to talk to coaches can be better. But it was a good start.
With Christian, demeanor-wise, is that like, are you listening? I know you call him plays, so it's probably hard to listen to what they're saying in between things. But are you trying to like see what he's like in between series, or anything like
Yeah,
that?
it's more I like to hear the flow of the information that he's receiving, because when you're a play caller on the field, I've been that, and the information flow was more that I was listening to how he was getting information from the box, from Ryan Smith and guys like that. But yeah, I mean, he's exactly the way he is in practice. Very cool, very calm, knows what he wants, quick to make adjustments. But I do think that for the first game, it was very, very clear.
I wonder how
that,
many beer
staff was
particles
aligned with
I done flaked
communication and
into
getting
my damn
information to
drink
him.
over here.
I thought he called a good game.
You talked about your coaches being teachers.
That's the key. You got to eat some of your beer particles.
How good your teachers are on the defensive staff. It didn't look like a lot of busts. It didn't look. I don't know if there was a missed tackle, like that they're buying what those guys are.
Well, unfortunately, I saw the stat. There was a missed tackler too, but we'll go with a 19-0 from last year. I did see that stat, but no.
Hit that
absolutely.
Cash App,
I'm gonna
okay?
stick
You hit
with
that Cash
Tom.
App,
Honestly,
appreciate
the
you, man.
tackling, like to do a drill is cool, right? It's a drill. You video it, you teach off of it, but to see the tackling drills and circuit come to life on game day, and the knockback and the
Appreciate you, Rich.
shimmy before we make our tackles, and the strike and to run your feet and all those things, that shows you have good teachers.
Jeff Gold with Fox 4, coached since day one out here.
Indeed, extra protein.
Talking a lot about the Super Bowl. Obviously, Vaughn has won the Super Bowl twice.
I got me a little gray in there, JR. Got a little gray in there.
Here that can speak to that type of experience and having that type of success there.
Yeah, I think he's going to talk, Jeff, about a lot of things. I mean, I think that's important when you're
Cowboys
a
great.
champion. You can speak to that as we climb this ladder and we get closer to our main objective, which is SoFi 2027, Valentine's Day. But the biggest reason is we think he's going to impact us both on and off the field as a player. He's going to give us great versatility and great depth as a pass rusher, and then in the locker room, the experience and just the fact that he cares about his teammates. He wants to help not just the outside linebackers, but maybe it's the offensive tackles. Hey, think about this, think about that. Here's how I would attack you. That's invaluable, and it's cool that the two sides came together and made it happen.
How thrilled is CP to finally have a defensive player older than himself?
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. I had Doug Flutie and Brett Favre that were older than me. That was hard. But no, I think they have a great relationship.
Flutie.
And I'm certainly there'll be a big man hug when they see each other.
Milton's footwork, how have you seen that progress since last preseason?
Yeah, well, I'll point to the in route that he hit to Cam Brown. He was working we call it a flamethrower read, really going left to right. In this case, could be right to left as well. But he was working the front side combination and came back to the in cut and was very poised and in rhythm. And we talk a lot, Nick, about keeping a base and not getting your feet close together, because getting your feet close together, your shoulders go up and down, which makes it harder to be accurate. But
Emmitt Smith come in.
He's really bought in to the finer points of the footwork, and that play kind of really showed it.
Is there any sentimental value being back in Seattle for the first time as head coach?
Just seeing the people. I mean, there's some great people in that organization, whether it's, John Schneider, all the scouts, Matt Berry, Eric Kennedy, the equipment guys, so many people that, I've got great memories with, and it's the best part of what we do. You go into enemy territory, but you see friendly faces, and it's cool after a game, to be able to check in and see how they're all doing. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Good call from him, man. Now he burned up a lot. He burned up a lot of time. Let me see. They got all of the people right there, boy. Look at John Machota, man. Machine Gun John. Whenever you see purple, you know that Clarence right there. Todd Archer. I see my guy Pat No C. Walker, Nicholas Harris. Yeah, man, they had a good time, man, out there in Oxnard. It's empty. They don't have a lot of media, man, because, you know. All right. Those who are waiting for the call, Darius, I had left you off, but in closing, what you got?
Well, I'm worried about how Shotty handles success, because I know he's going to be successful this year. And it's a high that comes with being successful,
right,
team-wise, especially when you have like a really young team. That's why I'm so glad with this addition of Von Miller, and we got leaders like Kenny Clark and Quinion Williams. That's the other underrated part about having Von, because Von been there. So when we get deep in the championship rounds of the playoffs, we got something to fall back on. We got a guy like Von that knows what that feels like and knows what it takes, and he can give, you know, his expertise on these type of situations. The best coaches, like all the way down from the college level and even on the high school level. For instance, DeSoto's head coach name is Coach Mathis, right, or a guy by the name of Kirk Signetti with Indiana and Nick Saban. They know what it takes, and they know how to handle success. So when the team gets a little too high, he know how to center them back. So that's the thing I'm gonna be looking for with Shotty. That's why I kind of like look at Mike McDonald's, which is the Seahawks head coach, and just how he handled success. He was very even keeled. He was very concerned and just you. Did I go out? Did I go out?
Hey man, you got the Sonic boy.
Okay, my bad. Well, that's my whole thing. That's what I'm gonna be looking for and worried about this season. Overall, I appreciate you all, and I'm out.
No doubt, man. Good call from DP, man. I got from the 469, man. What's on your mind?
Good, baby. Oh, it's been so long. Ooh, can you hear me?
Nah.
Law, can you hear me?
No. Well, you at, man?
I was gonna say, oh man.
Man, it's like you getting beat up by some pillows, man.
Hey, it's oh man, hold on. Let me change it. Hold on, give me 1 second. Can you hear me, Mom?
Yeah, Jose?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. You found that ball.
Law. Woo! Well, I was nervous. Hey, man, Law, first, let me say thank you so much for letting me get in, because, man, I've been in tears since last night. I didn't believe dreams could come true like that. But, man, it means so much to us, like being from Dallas, literally growing up with, like, I grew up with Von.
Right.
I'm talking about Little League, Pop Warner, middle school, JV, varsity, even college. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't play in college, but
now you ain't the same age as he, is he? Because I seen you now.
Yeah, we're the same age. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think I got to maybe like for a couple of months or something like that. But, you know, you think about it. You know, when you in Dallas and you at a program like that, you got people coming to your Little League games that play for the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? Your high school games. I remember seeing Roy Williams come out the safety, you know what I'm saying, to our spring games and stuff like that. I remember seeing Dez Bryant would come through. He wasn't even on the Cowboys yet, but he was coming through to our spring games. He was at by then, I think he was on the way to OSU. We were seeing these people, and the Cowboys was close to us. So if you was in Dallas and you was playing football, that was your goal. And we're coming off of, Bun had just said, he said his earliest memory was seeing the Cowboys. My earliest memory was seeing the Cowboys beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we grew up off of that. So all of us in that area is like, yo, we want to play for the Cowboys. It ain't like how it is now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
crazy,
for us, it's like, bro, a dream has come true. So I'm telling you right now, you finna see, if they give him number 40, you finna see a flood of 40 jerseys, throwback DeSoto jerseys, A&M jerseys, all 40 is Miller time. You're going to see Broncos. It's just going to be – Dallas is finna be all Von Miller. And I'm going to tell you this.
Okay.
If Von goes to the Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys, he'll be the biggest athlete of all time to ever come out of Dallas. I promise you that. You can bigger than Shakari, bigger than Dennis Rodman. I can't even name another athlete. He's already in the Mount Rushmore already.
You know, all the boys.
Chris Bosh, my bad, Lincoln. I'm sorry, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Jalen Mills.
You know what I'm saying?
You got Jalen Mills. You got Byron Murphy. You got some boys, man. Y'all got. I guess you can put Spence out there too. You know, but by him having 2 Super Bowls, that put him above that too. By the way, you know.
If you're going to be seeing all these people come out. Like when y'all go to the games, y'all go to these pregame when you have your pregame thing, you know what I'm saying, over there at Toyota Factory, you know what I'm talking about, in the Urban. You're going to be seeing all these people come out because all of us are still here in Dallas and we love Von. You know what I'm saying? Like that was our boy. It still is our boy. And he didn't made all our dreams come true. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get off, but man, I want you to know. This is a special time for Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
It's going to be lit 24/7.
Most certainly, man. He was at the grand opening with me at the Arc of DeSoto with my guy Corey Barner, which will be having Corey Barner Day next month. So maybe we do it even more grandiose to have Von Miller out. I'm going to hit you up. Bro. I may have to put you in part of that. I'm going to get Mayor Rachel involved to see what we can do to get this thing going for Corey Barner Day plus Von Miller.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll make it a whole grandiose thing down there at the Arc. You know what I'm saying? In DeSoto for all of that. That'll be dope, man. Bring him in and we utilize it. It's too damn hot to have it outside, bro. I'm not from Dallas, you know what I'm saying? So my guy, if you from Dallas, man, I'm from Mississippi, man. I'm from Mississippi, bro. So yeah.
Natchez is right there applying that heat though. It's right there.
Yeah, but man, it's crazy hot, man. I got this hoodie on now, but it's 109 degrees outside, I heard. So
man, you ain't even joking. It really is. You
it's 109. I said, God no.
Man, hey, but on that, I got the connect. I asked I do some stuff with the city of DeSoto, you know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't gonna put it all out there. But I got connects to get to them people. So yeah, for sure we can do that, man.
You know, Barner Day is you know, it's the craziest thing. I had Corey on the show, and the whole reason why Von last season wore 24 was because of him. It was like a tribute to Corey Barner. You know what I'm saying? So I know he can't. I don't know if he even wear 24 now because that's Malik number, and he can't probably wear 40 because that's my guy 40 ounce number unless they cut 40 ounce. What number you think he gonna wear?
They ain't gonna cut him. They ain't gonna cut him. I'll just say he can get 40, but it probably ain't gonna be for free. You know what I'm saying? You know, it probably might be one of them type of things. You know what I'm saying? You know, but if
Von vested in 40 like that, what he wore in damn Rams land? What he wore there?
40.
He wore 40.
Oh no, and he wore 40, and he wore 40 for the Rams. He wore 40. So his numbers growing up, his numbers were 26. I remember we was Little League. He was gonna be 24, and I wanted 24. So we switched. He gave me 24, and he was 26. He went 26.
58.
Junior high.
Yeah, he wore 40.
Junior high. I can't remember the number. High school. When he hit varsity high school, it was 40, and he was like freshman varsity at the time 5'8", which is now 6'8" football. It's insane. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got so many stories, man. Bud played kick return and ran a 4.3 40, and ran a kick return to the house when we played against Longview, Cujo. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even joking. Like, you know, and like 6'3", 220. Anyway, about the number, I think if it's gonna be they're gonna shout out at Honolulu and be like, hey, what can we do? If they make it work, then you know what I'm saying, he gonna have 40. If not,
but 58, they say he wore 58 with the Broncos. I mean,
but see, at the same time, I don't know if he'll want to take that legacy and bring that here because he did mention he's going to retire a Bronco. You know what I'm saying? And we don't hate him for that. You know what I'm talking about? Because the whole legacy. You know what I'm saying? Legacy, of his resume. Yeah, that's what's going to solidify him first round Hall of Famer. You know what I'm talking about? So, and he's 3.5 sacks away from passing Michael Strahan to become top 5 all-time sack leader. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. So,
and he tied with DeMarcus Ware on a he got 138. He got the exact same 138.5. That's how many DeMarcus Ware got. Yep. Both of them.
Yep.
That's crazy.
He sure did. You know what I'm saying? So it's a guy. This is crazy. I don't know if he'll go for it because it could be he could go tribute to DeMarcus Ware. He could rock 94. I don't know. I don't see it. He ain't really that type of dude. You know what I'm saying? 40 is the legacy number. You know what I'm saying? But
that would be dope.
Something like that.
That would be dope. I think that they got some kid wearing 94 now, and I know the legacy of Marshawn Nealon. I get all of that, but that number is and I'm not dismissing. May he rest in peace. Maybe that's him working strings in heaven, man. To get 94 again. I think 94 need to be a legacy type of number, man. You only get 94 to those who can do stuff now. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And they need to stop giving out 20. They need to treat 21 like that,
21, 22, you know what I'm saying? Of course they treat 8 like that, but you know what I'm saying? They gave out 22 a couple of times, and it's like, hey, man, come on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Now I do like the respect of 33. Like he went, Javonte went to TD and was like, hey, can I wear 33 out of respect and everything?
Oh, man.
And then that's when he said, okay, you get the blessings, because I think he went to his son and the son was like, yeah, you can wear it. But they don't give out 22. And here's the thing, the storyline with 22. The Cowboys were attempting to give it to Ezekiel Elliott, and he was like, nah, I respect it. I'll do 2-1.
Man.
That would have been crazy. Zeke would have wore 22. It would have been crazy. But they were willing to do that. Yeah, Gilliam ain't gonna hold 94 much longer, man.
No.
The dude named Kevin
Gilliam.
He's
on the bubble. Mm-hmm. He on the bubble. We don't know.
Yeah.
He might, you know what I'm saying? They might waive him, you know what I'm saying? Waiver wire him, bring him back on the practice squad or something, Yeah. And to speak to that, I hate that happened to Trayshawn Holden.
Yeah.
But it also lets us know, hey, in this game, you got one. At this stage, you got one play.
Yeah.
And one play can make you, one play can break you. One guy dropped a fumble, another guy caught a one-handed touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, But I love you. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, bro.
Hit me up because Corey is my boy. You can. All it is just a phone call. You know what I'm saying? We can navigate all that. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole DeSoto, everybody, we all talking about. Oh, we got to do this. We got to plan the game we're gonna go to. We got to. Everybody talking. So it's gonna be definitely up.
I love everything about DeSoto, but the damn name and the damn colors scheme that y'all got. I'm telling the truth. Because I ain't used to it. I'm just like, damn, man, what's the damn DeSoto Eagles? Goddamn eagle green and everything. But it is for what it is.
Hey, and we keep producing athletes. We keep producing athletes.
Y'all do.
Man. But all right, Lon, I'm gonna get out the way because other people got something to say. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like, that share, that subscribe. This is Law Nation Sports. This is Law Nation. Hit that like, hype the video, do everything you got to do. Why? Because Law Nation is the one that's been doing it from the bottom up. Started from the bottom, now we here. And where are we? Worldwide, baby. Love you, all.
Appreciate you, man. Much love to you, man. That's my guy, James, man. And I ain't talking about Trinidad. You know, he's got a voice actor. He does great things with music and beyond. Acting. The guy can do just about anything. Impersonating. He come out with the whole gloves and the prime glasses and stuff like that. But I got to bounce like a basketball. I got that stare. You know how you get that stare from the like, hey, come on, you got to wrap it up. Kids just came back from school. If we go live again, Eric, MJ, Soul Goddess, and D-Shift, I'm going to make sure I bump y'all up to the top of the line for your mind, man.
Goodbye.
But I got to run like OJ when he was in them damn airports and what he did in that white Bronco. But I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all to the stars and back. Cowboys Nation, y'all know how I get down. We're going to continue to grind and shine and get things moving and grooving in the best way possible. And we're going to get things going. Appreciate you, Soul Goddess. Appreciate it. I wanted to hear what you had to say, but I got to go, man. And I can't just leave because, you know, I got to do my longest outro in the land. Richard, appreciate you. Always stay consistent. Always be mindful of those type of things, ladies and gentlemen. It says, when the end times come for me, let it find me conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. What are the possibilities of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? Legacy, legacy, legacy is what we all say. That's what Von Miller said. His dad, growing up, hearing, "Go Cowboys," yelling at the TV screen. And one can argue that the guy who was just on the phone, JR, was right there in the room. Shout out to you, Joseph Warren. Shout out to you, Roy Williams. Newhouse. Shout out to Robert Newhouse and them as well. Scrappy, appreciate you, Seabass. Dax Strescott. Everybody that's under the sound of the voice. Ladies and gentlemen, as I gather my thoughts together on what we're going to say in departing, leaving behind us footprints on the mighty sands of time, can we rewind to a place, the start of all of this, of legacy, dominant, tenacity, and can we have the audacity of hope to finish this out? Lord, what do hope mean? Hold on, pain is ending. In due time, these messages, I hope that they marinate into the heart, soul, and the fabrications of your thoughts, that we can walk into the authority that we believe in, and that what we are. I said knowing is better and bigger than believing. Let me say this again. I said knowing is better and bigger than believing. And that's what I like to see. Lost Translation Podcast. If when you know something, you don't have to believe that it is. I know we have 5. I know we want more. I don't have to believe it that we have 5 rings, but I want to have more. And even if you don't like the words that I'm saying, and as this singer says, I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go. Now if I have to beg, now please, not for your sympathy, I don't mind. Come on, baby, y'all know the song. I can't sing like them, but I know y'all ain't gonna leave me here, stranded over here, because I'm telling you to stand tall or not at all. I'm telling you to fight through the echoes of the whistle. I'm telling you that there will be cuts and there will be gnashing of teeth. There will be crying, tears falling out of the eyes of those who want to be able to play with the legacy of the silver and blue with the star on the side of the helmet. So it's all about how bad do you want it and what's in the hearts of your hearts that you said that you want to be able to walk in the authorities of the Dallas Cowboys. Write this down. It is a whole lot better than my singing. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap. If life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan, to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, oh, just simply, ladies and gentlemen, go after the things you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or the poverty or the famine shall fame, or the sickness or body or brain can turn you away from the things you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, you will get it. I ain't too proud to beg, ain't this right, baby? But I got a real singer that I got a chance to see the legacy from Kool in the Gang, and also Drew Pearson. Let them close on out. Let's get it, Cowboy Nation, man's mental health. They was at this event. Let's get it, Cowboy Nation. Let's get Kool in the Gang in the building. We doing things, baby. Shout out to all of you guys for tuning in and being part of the nation.
There's so much power in this room right now. You have no idea, even those that are journeymen and those that don't know what I'm talking about, and women. Amen. But the power in this room right now, there's so much that we can do together. So if we truly meet and greet and embrace each other, let's not just do it for today. Do it for our children, the elders, the homeless, the veterans, the battered women, the booming kids, the special needs kids, the animals, the plants. I can go on and on. And I want you to know, however I can be a part of that, if you will, I'll try to be there and be my very best. So give yourself a round of applause. Come on. Nice. How about a song?
Hey, come on. Who the DJ? Come on, DJ.
First time I saw these brothers was on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and they were jamming. They had hair and everything, man. Oh, you got it.
Tell him run it up and roll those crazy. Come on, that's Kool in the Gang, baby. That's what they look like now. Stretch.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I
stretch.
Tell them run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. 22 is savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out.
Check out the full video on my Instagram.
The first one in, the last one out.
I love Kool in the Gang, but I can't get them all of the credit for this video.
I need 6 rings like MJ.
Come on, baby. Let's get 6.
I wake up.
Law.
I'm down that.
Nation.
Drip this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I
stretch.
Tell them run it up. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down that. Check. No drip this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain.
Not mine, baby.
I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex, I'm down that check. No drip, this
Tell him.
Run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I
stretch it.
Tell him run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down that check. No drip, this tell him run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I tell him run it up.
Until next time, if we offended anyone, charge it to my head, not my heart. And yes, Caleb Downs is not wearing 3. And I don't know who that guy is that they didn't AI them put together. Maybe that is DeMarvion Overshawn, but that's their attempt of doing it. But shout out to AI, man. We in an AI world. But in the words of Uncle Charles.
Sacrifice, don't give up the fight. Everything will be alright on any given Sunday, yeah. Depend on you if you win or lose. You know you got to pay some dues. The little Monday, yeah.
Who can do you all night long?
You talk about this song, King G. That song more of my game day song, man. When we score a touchdown, boy, we be everywhere. We be really in the field. Let's go, man. Let me get on up out of here. One love. My little ones need me. And sorry for all of the other dads, but I'm the #1 dad in the world. Everybody else second, third, fourth, fifth place. Nobody is #1 like me. Fight me later.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same.
They gave Quentin Williams crazy eyes, man, on that AI. Hey, Quentin Williams' eyes are definitely not like that. Crazy eyes.
I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck, and now still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. I have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check the song. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
I'll keep holding on. He gonna keep back. Holding gonna be back. NFC East Super Friends Show Wednesday. I want us to all represent.
I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. Yeah. I've been really in the field. Love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Until next time, DC for life, not for sure.
We're looking great. Go Birds. Let's go Birds. ELGS, Eagles.
We answered. I talked stuff. I thought we had it. But it goes to show you who's the better team.
We're looking great. Go Birds. Let's go Birds. ELGS, Eagles.
We answered. I talked stuff. I thought we had it. But it goes to show you who's the better team. And I'm sticking Cowboys.
You're crying.
I'm hurt.
See the cocaine.
I love my Eagles. I don't believe it.
You gonna clap the hat one more time for the Eagles for the hard fight they did?
Let's go Birds, fly Eagles, fly. Still Super Bowl chance for now.